Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Yakshas. And we're going to do something a little different this time, and we're going to start with an intro scene. And we see we are in a large industrial city, and we are at a port, and it says Beijing. And everything looks normal as we see a bunch of these dock workers come bolting around a corner from all of these shipping containers running. There's an explosion and all of these machine parts come flying down. Some of them manage to skid to a halt while others go flying off into the water. And this vehicle, this looks like a very souped up bus, comes around the corner in Kairos colors, being escorted by three mechs, all of them in bright red paint. One of them is smaller, boxier. One of them is bulky, squared off, tall, holding a massive mech-sized assault rifle in one hand as it starts firing off screen. We hear the whistle of something before there's an explosion as it takes a hit to its armor, moving and extending out a shield. And this other one is taller, bulkier, just covered in knives, like sharp edges. As they're backing off, we hear more thumping of these heavy feet as something comes around, and the spiky one leans out, catches it, and there's the shearing sound of metal on metal as it pulls back and has this police mech impaled on its spike and puts it down onto the floor for the other one to dum 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 and dome it. And it's like, all right, we're almost there. We need a way out of here, though. Sibby still with us? The smaller one's like, yeah, they're fine. Supercarna, can you get us out of here? And she looks around. Not exactly seeing a getaway boat. Try that. The smaller one looks and points over towards this crane that has a shipping container held in place over one of the ships. They all kind of look to one another. It's like, bet. Takes a shot, hits the crane, and as it drops this crate, it hits in just the right spot to shear part of the back of the boat, not the front. The front didn't fall off, but the back does fall off. Or at
So how
least
do we
just
prevent this from happening in the future?
don't let them shoot the back off. And as they make this opening, they all start backing off as more shots come. The smaller one holds out its hands and generates this magnetic field that stops all of these bullets and rockets and other things fired their way. Like, I don't think that thing's very seaworthy now, but it'll have to do, I guess. As the bulky assault rifle one reaches down and grabs this bus, as we see inside, is just full of civilians, all of whom seem to be infected, and starts backing off into the hole they popped into this boat, firing. And we pull back from that, and it's a screen that Iblis is watching. And there's the heavy thump and thump of Valifor before Valifor kneels down to be more. Valifor, even kneeling, isn't quite on a person's level. Too tall, too huge and massive, but does look their way. Is like, I assume they are performing to your satisfaction, my lord. To which Iblis leans back, taps at the side of their mirror mask as we see the vague reflections of the film still playing. 3 of them, at least. We will see how Indrajit follows their instructions. And as we cut from there, we see the Calliope trudging southward through the sands. How did everyone handle their day in quarantine?
Min,
Weird.
I'm sorry. Wow, Min. I'm going to speak for you now. Indy was
That's
busy.
fine.
Sin kept himself busy by just like working on some random project he has laying around. Probably like
We
blueprints mainly.
are we in our quarters? for quarantine?
You would have been, yes.
Min was
Indy's
busy.
Okay, fine. Then Indy was fucking busy. What's the difference?
I mean,
Her name was Indiana.
I read a book.
Read a book. Yeah. read
What
a
book did you
motherfucking
read?
book.
Let's see here. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
42.
42.
Thanks for all the fish.
So they was probably pretty uneventful. In fact, you guys probably needed the time off, just to relax, combat
Relieve
stress
stress.
and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But you would have all gotten like a multi-way call from the captain. She would have conference called all of you in and basically said, so anyone mind telling me about our new guest that I had to put up in the nice suite?
Bitch be crazy.
And you brought them on my ship.
I did
She
not the
wants to-
one.
She's here to fight Coruscant.
Yeah, and that's what we'll use her for. And then
We
she's
part ways.
just gonna wander off.
Fine by me. Just as long as I don't know, just as long as we're not bringing in the weasel into the chicken nest,
I don't know. I keep an eye on that one.
That's the boss's job, not yours. Not mine
It's
either.
everyone's job.
Oh, really? You're gonna trust me to watch somebody? Maybe you
Security
have
is
faith after
everyone's
all.
concern. Whether or not you're in the doghouse or not, security is still your concern.
3 months still in the doghouse. Okay.
It's a nice doghouse. Look around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
Assuming
like Snoopy's
you're in
house.
your doghouse.
I feel like one of us is muted. Like just
Fuck, she's right. She's on to us.
Oh, as long as you're in your doghouse, yeah, there's no response.
Anyways, how much longer we got?
You'll be
Oh
good
my
in the
God.
morning.
just have
Other
time to
than
finish
that-
my book.
We've got a couple days journey ahead of us. Take the time off. Do what you need. And she probably cuts it pretty quick after that. Just nice. And remember, report any sniffles, coughs, or hacks that you have to your friendly neighborhood doctor.
Actually, I have this weird itch in my lungs. Like, I don't know. Maybe I caught something. You think I should ask?
Don't smartass me, she says as she cuts the line for everyone. Then you guys have the rest of your day, but come morning, does anyone have any scenes they
Or
would like
several
to
times
do?
on the night.
Oh,
Shut up. Shut up, Daniel.
I need to talk to Gracie and get some new speakers fabbed. And I'd like to install them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could definitely do that. You ever been
Yeah.
down to the fabrication / engineering bay before?
No.
It's pretty nice. It's darker part of the ship. It's in the lowest level, not too far from the engines. And you see there's all sorts of heavy lifting equipment and other machines. These like massive industrial sized material converters and 3D printers. And that's probably where you see Greasy is at one of these wrench hand, tightening this bolt, putting something in place before he pops that off, puts a welding torch hand in its place. Boy, and he's extra greasy today, extra sweaty. It looks like Greasy's been busy.
Hey, she's just gonna like pull her shit together and be kind and just be like, "Hey, Greasy, do you have a second?"
Torch stops, pulls up the glasses, and there's like the perfectly outlined like soot around the rest of the face. Pulls out an old dirty rag, kind of cleans himself. So he's like, man, how you doing? How you doing, Garly? How's it been?
Hi, it's good. Last time we were in combat, I blew a speaker. Can you fab one for me real fast?
Got the specs on it?
Should give him the specs.
Yeah. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. I used to do clubbing stuff.
Mhm.
We had things like this. Not this big. If we could have had something this big, place would have been bumping more than it was. But
Mhm.
yeah, you got good taste in sound systems, girlie. It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Well, let me get this.
Girly.
Yeah. He starts tapping in everything. He's like, doing everything, with only one normal people hand's a little difficult. Might take a hot sec.
Yeah, no, I
There
get
are
it. That's fine.
so I enjoying things here. I'm liking your benefactor's fancy schmancy new boat. This ain't no tin can. I'll tell you what, this is primo.
Right. Yeah, no, Happy knows how to treat its people, and its contractors, I guess. So glad you like it. I like it. It's fine. Everybody here seems pretty chill.
Yeah, everything here's pretty cool for the most part. We've had our dramas. I ain't about to be no sewing circle telling you no one's workplace issues.
Oh
But
no?
not unless you want me to. You're just in there, nothing from Greasy.
Of course. Nothing. Didn't hear a thing.
So take a pick. Take a pick. Everyone's got skeletons in their closet, and old Greasy knows how to grease the spoons and find the ghouls. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah. Let's see here. Tell me about Hunter.
Hunter?
Mhm.
Well, I'm sure you already know quite a bit about him, considering your genetic involvements with one another's by being related and all of that. But
Yeah.
Hunter's the only like sane person on this boat. Hunter gets things. Hunter gets
Uh-huh.
things. Hunter knows what's going down in all these places. You go somewheres, you think, ah man, this place real shitty, but no one ever talks about like the lizards and stuff like that. No, Hunter gets it. Hunter gets it. Hunter's good people. I think people in you. You gotta be careful about the ones that are like really smart. You
Mhm.
never know what they actually are, and I don't know if he's been replaced by some sort of replicated reptoid.
Don't you think I would know?
Les
He
Hughes
seems
was
fine to
also a
me.
replaced replicated reptoid kind of thing. Though I don't
I
think you
mean,
are, because
you never know.
they don't use all them body parts, and sounds
Mhm.
like you do. I could hear that shiz from down here when you start talking that tuck tuck up top. I could hear that down here, and I'm just gonna say, no judgment. I thought it was
What are
just kind of
you
funny.
what
I've
Sorry,
seen the
one more time?
poster. I've seen the
Oh.
poster, okay?
Oh, got it. Got it. Yeah. No, that poster's great. It's killer. I like that poster a lot. It's the screensaver on my tablet right now. Uh, yeah. It's
Classy.
a good one. I know. I know. You might as well
Take
own it, right? Like,
take the crap people says about you and turn around. Why you think I go by greasy? Ain't my ability to grease the metaphorical wheels of societies. It's about everyone says, "Oh man, you're real greasy, real sway." I was like, "Yeah, I am. It's because I work a lot, and I'm pretty good at it. So I'm greasy sweets." That and my last name was already Sweets. Might as well stick that in there while we's at it.
right. It's real catchy, rolls right off the tongue.
So anyway, the speaker's
Uh-huh.
probably gonna get it to you a couple hours, and we'll see if we can't get that all set up. I'll send it to Mandy or Bunny Boy, whichever one you think's best.
I'd actually like to be the one to install it myself. So if you just call me, I'll come get it.
True professional, true artiste. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. Thanks,
give
man.
you a
Appreciate
ring.
it. For sure. Thank you. And
Don't be
she
no stranger now. No, it ain't exactly glamorous down here, but if you ever want to stalk your brother, he's usually down here.
that's totally cool. I love
That's
that.
good advice. That's good advice.
Yeah, I might stalk him. Why not? Who cares? So thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Everyone knows I keep it sweet. Greasy
Mm.
sweet.
Crazy sweet. She she's gonna keep her composure the whole goddamn time, and as soon as she is out of eye shot, she's gonna shiver. Just like ah. Ah.
Keep it sweet. Creepy sweet.
Creepy sweet. What time is it?
It's probably midday.
Ooh. I'm gonna stop by the canteen and eat.
For sure. What's everyone? What other scenes are going on aboard the big ship as someone goes to make Francois earn her keep?
What time of day is it?
Probably already there.
Noon or afternoon? Noon or
Yeah,
just
Oh.
after?
Francois already
it's-
earning her keep feeding Howler.
If it's just after noon, Indy's probably in the library.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
I have the library now.
Oh yeah, there's a library. Oh.
Yeah, this library
Yeah.
is a lot nicer than the old one. Bigger. It's focused around a central point where there's this large droid that seems to be running it with like an orb with all of these hands that are reaching out to different computers. It plugs in, finds what someone's looking for, plugs in, looks up their information, makes sure they're not a account in truancy and all of that, while also directing them. But it's nice, it's quiet. There are these running lights, very warm yellow running lights along the floor. High tech, clean, everything just looks nice. There's a section for multimedia, there's a section for just about everything you could find. It's in the Library of Congress system, which is ironic because the librarian bot's name is Dewey.
Dewey.
Oh,
Dewey Decimal.
sweet bean.
Please tell me this library is just as deserted as the last one was. This is Indy's safe spot.
Pretty much. You have a few people
Good.
coming in now and then. Most of them, like someone's probably watching something on the projector with some friends, and in another place, some friends are getting mad at each other as they're playing Smash.
Yeah.
The usual
think-
friend shit.
I think Indy will find a little time trying to discover a new nook, a new little spot. Probably at the end of one of the shelves where they keep comfy chairs
Mm-hmm.
or something. Just a nook, and then
Yeah.
would probably send a text, probably to Min, and go. You should go to the library. Actually, first you should get me a cheeseburger, and then you should come to the library.
You're gonna get a response. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cheeseburger emoji.
Min would get a response. K.
I'll show up
Yeah.
with a cheeseburger.
And as you walk in, have you come to the library very much, Min? Or were those books your own?
The books that I have are mine. I don't have a lot of physical books. I have more digital. But I do have a couple that are like staples that I love and are well worn and shit because they've just been read over and over again. But no, she hasn't visited the library yet, I don't think. And she's gonna be real fucking excited when she gets there.
It's a fully stocked library, and you see Dewey at the library desk just plugging away at all of these different computers.
Ooh.
There's a hand from around a bookshelf that waves at you.
I will wander to the bookshelf, but I feel like are these physical books?
Yes.
my
The
whole
smell
heart,
of paper.
right? Like shit.
I envisioned this like a fucking Barnes and Noble, but a library. Why can't we have a library that's like a fucking Barnes and Noble?
because it's never mind.
Another neat thing is
Because it's
ceiling.
what?
Don't
Oh,
worry.
go ahead.
I'll tell you another time when we are both cats.
The ceiling for the library is a gentle skyscape. It's obviously like a projection, but it's meant to mimic like just a comfortable sky for this time of day.
Yeah, you're right. And with a cheeseburger.
Yes. Hold on a second. I will be right back. Like she's gonna give you the food, and then she's gonna run over to Dewey, and she's gonna be like, "Hello, I'm looking for a book. Can you help me find a book, a specific book?"
And these parts of the dome that is its body unfold as these eyes, these like camera eyes on stalks unfold, and it's like, yes, operator men, we have not had the pleasure of making your acquaintance. Would you like us to set you up with a library account?
Yes, yes, please. Yes, I would very much like a library account, please. Yes.
It would be our utmost pleasure.
Fantastic. Cool. Can you help me find a book?
Of course. How might we assist you?
I'm currently searching for The Moon is a Harsh Mistress by Robert Heinlein.
There's a brief pause as one of the arms disconnects from one computer and attaches to another. We appear to have 2 copies currently in stock. I will
Can you?
I will arrange a brightness level on the running lights in order to direct you to the proper shelf spot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I can I
And
just take it? Do I need to bring it back to you? Or
please bring it back in order to properly check it out.
okay,
Removing material from the library without checking out is considered truancy of your account.
got it. Okay. Thank you. She'll follow the lights and grab the book and check it out, and then go back to Indy and be like, "Look at this fucking book I found. I'm very excited."
What is this one?
The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. It's great. It's great.
Tell
So
me about it.
basically,
She's like, there's a spot over here, and there's probably like 2 beanbag chairs on the floor.
oh, killer. Yeah,
She's
she'll fucking plop and just be like,
Even better, their
anyway.
memory foam.
ooh.
Heart, stop it. She'd go on to tell Indy about this book where it's like there are Earthlings and there are people that live on the moon, and they're in like a war, and the moon basically handles their business and fucks over everybody else. And it's also like kind of a weird love story, but I'm quite in love with it. And it's like, yeah, the moon is a harsh mistress, and she's just gonna open it and just like sink in. Like just sink in.
I think Indiana will take a look at this cheeseburger. Is it the Francois special?
It is.
Sweet. And she'll take it. And yeah, take a bite. Nod, satisfied. Sit down on the beanbag chair next to Min. And pull out a tablet and some headphones.
Nice.
I think that's it.
What are the others doing as everyone else is as these 2 are enjoying the library?
Howler is it's quote unquote chicken tender day. So he's enjoying some like a triple serving of chicken tenders while he watches a show from the 90s, early 2000s on his tablet.
And the mess halls are, as always, busy. It doesn't matter really what time of day. Especially because around this time, some of the earlier shifts are starting to get off, or some of the later shifts are starting to get off. So they're getting some nosh before they have their time to relax or sleep, or whatever it is that these nameless NPCs do. What kind of show are you watching?
Farscape.
Yes.
Nice.
4 seasons of just bliss. Strangely enough, I'm rewatching Farscape currently too. But this is the first watch for him. I don't know, probably oh, Mountain King probably suggested it to him. That would be a good
Yeah.
person for that one.
Bodhi is you wouldn't expect it because Bodhi seems to be like a soldier man soldier, but Bodhi like knows his like sci-fi TV. So definitely would have suggested it for you. Also probably would have suggested fuck it, we'll say it came out. He also would have suggested Blood and Chrome if you've ever gotten through the newer Battlestar.
Oh yeah.
It's got some interesting stuff in there. Would have been his words on it. But you're probably sitting there, eating, watching, and in your head you hear, there comes trouble.
I immediately start looking at leg height for a little skittering um uh,
For
what's it?
Mandy.
Oh no.
Oh,
What?
for set?
Yes.
No, there's no set, but as you look around, you do spot Ravana.
Oh yeah. I'll keep an eye on her. I'll pause the show to keep an eye on her because nobody else really knows to.
Yeah,
Just
and
us.
some people can already kind of just like feel the bad vibes and are giving her her space, but she's not doing anything. She has a platter of food. Not enough to be competition for Min, but definitely this is someone who knows that you got to eat when you're doing this kind of work. And maybe does spot you and gives you a curt little nod.
Nod back. I'll go
I
back to
don't
looking
trust
at the
her.
I'll go back to looking at the tablet, but really I'm waiting to see if she comes over and sits by the one person in the room that she knows, which would be me.
And just about in time for King to say, I don't trust her, she would. Just
Mm,
gently set down her tray and sit across from you. And probably just say something polite, like, I assume your quarantine went smoothly.
yeah, clean bill of health for now. I'm assuming yours too.
I was already infected. It was
Well,
more of a formality to not spread the disease further.
yeah, it's also a formality to make sure you haven't gotten yourself worse off than you were earlier. So they probably would have asked you about, what your previous symptoms were and see if there was any change.
The doctor here is more than competent.
Yes, he is.
They are also a Yaksha.
Yeah, yeah, they are. Pretty good too.
It seems like an unnecessary risk.
We have other doctors, and well, Murr is pretty good with his mech. He was kind of upset he didn't get to go on a mission where we met you, but you know, can't take everyone.
Not unless you wish to risk the security of this fine vessel. But competency
Yes.
is something that should be protected and valued at all cost. Are you enjoying yourself? She asks after another uncomfortably long pause.
Yeah. How interested are you in pre-cataclysm television?
We all have time to. We all have downtime. Fiction is a good way of studying the human condition without necessarily having to devote oneself to psychological research. I know that is a very strange way of saying yes, but it is a way of saying yes.
Well, I'll spin the tablet around and point to big old close up of Dominar Rigel the 16th. This, even though it looks like a silly puppet show right here, is an actually very good science fiction drama action series called Farscape. You might want to check it out.
I
I
believe I've
imagine
seen
if someone from
portions.
Earth was knocked, who knows how many light years away from Earth, and had to try and figure out how to get back while being stuck on a ship full of escaped criminals.
Do you ever feel like you might fit that description?
Sometimes I feel like a fish out of water, sure, but not that bad. Everybody else has it just as bad as me here, and the world is fucked. We just have to keep pushing towards getting it better.
An admirable goal. In many ways, perfection is the ultimate goal. One may always strive for it, but can never truly attain it.
Yeah, yeah. The most driving goals are like that.
As they should be. We always need something pushing us forward.
Speaking of things that push you forward, what do you plan to do aside from walking away and going your separate way? What job do you plan on doing after? Well, assuming we finish off Coruscant.
Assuming Coruscant is dead, there's always some new catastrophe somewhere that needs to be properly investigated. Perhaps I will see if I can't lend similar ends to the remaining leaders of Kairos. It is one thing to get even, it is another to get ahead.
Yeah, getting ahead of those guys would be very nice.
I fear that Kairos may be more of a hydra than we realize. Cutting off one head may only lead to two more springing up.
Well, right now, Coruscant looks like the root of the problem. So maybe we'll be hitting the heart, but you have to do it to find out.
You don't believe that Iblis would be more of the root cause and Coruscant a symptom?
It could go either way. That's why I've been keeping my ear out for where Iblis is and what he's doing, because he would be a nice next target.
You might be playing directly into Iblis's hands. When all you want is war, why not make yourself the greatest target?
Yeah, well, I'm not here for the long game. I'm just trying to step on fires while they are able to be stepped on.
She nods and goes quiet for a while after that. Interesting. And do you not have any ambition to find what is causing the fires?
Well, really, all I have is the ambition to keep working, and if that takes us towards more fires or its cause, that's where I'm going to go.
Those who fight fires inevitably have to confront the source or be eaten by the fire. I hope you make the correct choice.
I hope you do too. Be nice to run into you later on, finishing off this supposed Hydra.
Hercules could not do it alone. Perhaps we will run into each other again after this mission, if fortune is so favorable.
Yep. Ooh, yeah, my tenders are getting cold. Munch, munch, munch.
Oh, would you look at that? Nom, 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 nom.
Fucking weirdo. But yeah, she finishes her meal off pretty quickly. Almost again something Min would be proud of
Maybe.
before she gets up and just is like howler and leaves. What's Sin doing?
Sin is in the mech bay installing his wonderful new little anti-grav
Oh
pieces.
yeah, pulled those anti-grav pads off of the sand skimmers.
Yeah. It's probably like sitting there working on it, realizes he's missing a certain wrench, looks over, waits for Mandy to have just the right wrench in her hand before calling over, be like, "Hey Mandy, have you got any new outfits from Howler?" Whoop!
Before you even say
Wow.
it's just hey Mandy and you hear "Wha-" and I'm assuming you're wearing your helmet.
Yeah, of course.
It you're you can tell she's letting you know that it's good you are because it beams you right where your temple would be if you didn't have the helmet. She's like, good catch. Glad to see you still got that thing. Put it through its paces.
Thanks, Mandy. Just exactly what I needed.
Now, tell me something. Why in the Sam hell are you putting these, as far as I can tell, untested scientific abominations on such a shiny, pretty mech that I will inevitably have to fix when they inevitably explode, as is inevitable for all of these scientific doohickeys?
Well, they work. I already know they work. I can make sure they work better than they normally would. And uh, if you don't want to bother repairing it, I'll be able to do it myself. So, I mean, it's
From what I read in your after action reports, those skimmers had a habit of violently exploding, and I believe these might be the culprit.
oh no, that was me and shotgun.
She just shakes her head with a long sigh.
Pointing over to like the giant shotgun that Max is holding. I'm pretty
Points over
sure.
to the broken one. Sure weren't that one.
Yeah, no, that one took a direct hit. Uh,
Yeah, I know. Yet
but
someone believed that it was more pertinent to the survival of her mech that she repair the speaker system than the inoperable weapon.
oh, just because she's leaving it into your capable hands, she knows it's something you can take care of much better than she
No,
could.
she ain't. She leaving that with her bunny boy over there. As
You
we see
still
Leprine is like carefully using stuff to remove the shotgun from its belt feed.
you still not getting along with him?
Pfft, I I don't exactly like sharing my house with someone else.
I suppose it's understandable, but I'm sure he's almost as smart as you.
She leans in, is like, "You trying to butter me up, boy?
No, I just speak the truth to you, ma'am.
Good. If only more people do that around here, we'd all be having a Merry Christmas, know it."
Agreed. You wouldn't have a random dress showing up at your doorstep.
You really want me to
Wow.
kill that man, don't you? I thought you two were friends. This is a greater betrayal than I believed that anyone on a combat team was capable of. And yes, I do know what I'm saying.
No, I just need that wrench over there that you have by you.
Can't you get your freak spider to get it for you?
I mean, I could, but do you really want him coming all the way over right next to you?
I mean, it is interesting that you were able to construct that in such a short amount of time, even if I do believe that I mean, why spider creature thing? That
He's
set
only
is already toddling over with the wrench.
look. He's only got 6 legs instead of 8. I'd say more like an ant. That
6
mimics a
legs and
spider.
2 manipulator limbs, 8 limbs, arachnid.
Yep. Crabs have 8 legs if you count the claws. Actually, no.
And a 10.
We looked this up. They have 10. Yeah.
They're a
They have 8
decapod.
legs and 2 claws.
And the spider has 8 legs and 2 mandibles. Same thing. They do have those 2 little things on their head. Anyways. Well, I'll let you get back to what you're doing, Mandy. I'm gonna get set all fixed up here, and come next combat, we'll be flying around like it's no one's business.
Yeah, just make sure that these untested scientific monstrosities don't put you deep in the dirt. That goes double for pointing to Set and give him a light little friendly punch to the side as she goes by.
Oh, don't worry. If I don't come back, he will.
Yeah, lack of virus.
Give her a little wink. Don't say the quiet part out loud. No one's supposed to know.
No one's supposed to know.
I think you've been pretty bad at keeping that quiet.
No, it wasn't me.
What's me? Does anyone else have any more scenes before we get to the next excursion into fucking sand hell?
Yes, after the speakers are taken care of.
That's what I was wondering. Are my speakers
Yes.
done?
Yeah. They're done probably before like 4.
Okay.
Gracie works an impressive time.
Okay. Yeah. Guess does he hit me up and let me know so I can go get
Yeah,
him?
you get a phone call.
Okay. I'd wander over. They're grinding shit out there. And grab them. Tell him thank you. These are great. These actually might be better than what I had before. Thank you.
Hey, I do everything better. I make it sweet.
Gracie sweet.
Listen,
Thank
I
you.
gotta keep the branding. You know how it be. You got something that's yours. You gotta hit it hard. You gotta stick with it. Just like you own up to all of your fuckboy shenanigans. I own up to being greasy sweet.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Thank you. She just
Don't mention it, girlie. Just have a fun time. And I do mean, never mind.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, buddy. She's gonna. The speaker's probably massive, right? I don't even know how she'd carry it back. I don't know. She'd get it back.
Forklifts for a reason.
Well,
Forklifts and
fine.
hoists for reasons.
Then she'd get a hoist and a forklift and install this on Max's leg. She'd get it all like screwed in and all the little like wires wired up and it looks good, and she'll put the like face and the cover back on it. And then she'd go into Max's cockpit and just, do a quick test. Super casual. Like it
On a
goes
scale of 1 to 11, what are your what's the sound setting?
currently it's at a 3 because she doesn't want to murder anybody.
But you are in a
It's at-
confined space.
It's pretty fucking loud for a 3. And there is this beat of a bass. Just it's pounding. It's
It's
painful.
in the bones. It's in
It
your
is.
bones.
Yeah. And she's just fucking vibing and like checking settings and making sure that everything's going really well. It's a problem. Like if people don't have ear protection, it's a fucking problem.
Oh yeah, you see like people holding their ears. You look over at Leprine, who's working on the shotgun, reaches up, turns off their ears.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
the blue lights in his little bunny ears turn off completely.
Yeah.
And you
she's
see
just
Mandy
vibing.
down there like fucking screaming and pointing up at you.
This
She is red. She is like, you can see the blood vessels in her forehead. She is about to pop a gasket.
Oh God.
Or she is about to come up there and pop your gasket.
She can certainly try. Go
This
ahead.
is where I would love Indy to come in.
Is anyone else in the mech bay at this time?
Yes, me.
Sin is Howler there.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
shit.
working on Kong.
Are we
I'm like,
facing each other? Are
I'm like,
Kong
Yeah,
and
I really
Max
shouldn't.
facing each other?
Yeah, I think
They're the
Kong and
two
Max
big
face
ones.
each other.
I'm just like, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't try to have Set hack Max and turn off the speakers.
I think
Don't you dare.
Indy is walking down this row of mechs and sees Mandy screaming at Max.
You
It
can
is so loud.
barely hear her. You can't hear her over the fucking boom.
She just walks up to this person who, how tall is Mandy again?
Like 5 foot at most, maybe in
So
the
she's
4
the
foot
same
range.
height as Indy. She's the same height. She just looks at this person. Just shakes her head. Mandy doesn't even know she's there.
Yeah,
And
no,
just
she's too busy like
screaming.
screaming and like waving her arms, trying to get Min's attention.
Min will not
Reaching-
look at her. She'll see her out of the corner of her eye, but she'll never make direct eye contact.
And then like cupping her lips and looking over at Hunter and trying to yell at him. And Set, meanwhile, even if you have told Set to hack Max and
yes.
turn off the music, he won't. He's vibing to the music.
He's vibing to the music.
My bitch.
I think Indy would look up at Max and Min in the cockpit and just kind of wave, point down.
She'd wave and probably let Max's hand down to go get her.
Mm-hmm. Ignoring Mandy completely.
And
While
Mandy's
she's just
you
standing
have
there
to
screaming.
you have to like fight Mandy to not get on to keep Mandy off of it because Mandy once is like, oh, I'm getting up there. There's going to be a fist fight.
Oh, that's easy. She just ends up. Never mind. No, I won't do that. I won't put a
Stiff arm.
boot in her face. No. I'll just hold her off of this thing as I hop
You are
on Max
stiff arming her.
and hit the button, and it lifts, leaving her screaming.
You
And
hear
she
a
just
slight
leans
tink
over.
as a wrench bounces off the finger, just missing you.
Indy just leans over, like, checks for damage. There's none. It's
It's
Max.
a wrench.
It's a wrench and it's Max. And then she just waves. And then she just
God.
waves and stands up, dusts herself off, and steps into the cockpit.
It's loud. It's not as loud because the speakers aren't. There's still sound in the cockpit,
Mhm.
but it's not as loud because all the speakers are outward. And she'd just be like, "Oh hey, what's up?"
Hey. Oh. Her eyes point past you. What's this? She says, as she moves over your seat and straddles it, facing you.
Killer. Yeah, Min's down. Yeah,
Min's down.
Min's DTF. Yeah, it's fucking going down. Uh,
Rowan's dead. Rowan's dead.
No. Close the
Yeah.
cockpit.
Just close the cockpit.
Before she
cockpit.
does, she would look over, probably over Indy's shoulder, and you could only like see her eyes, right? And she sees Howler.
Who just
And
happened to be turning, looking in the direction at the right time.
We make eye contact for a minute, and she probably like raise an eyebrow, and then just hit the button to close the cockpit.
I'm going to meta hook into Max.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And just on all the screens is door open.
No,
No.
come on. I mean, you
Keep the
could,
door
but you're all
open.
gonna see some shit. Like,
Keep-
men don't give a fuck.
To keep the door open. Like, no.
Probably you're doing this and you get a tap on your shoulder, Hunter.
I turn and I look both disgusted and pissed.
And it's
Disgusted?
it's
Yeah.
Sybil. It's Sybil who is just in a cutoff and just goes, like loudly to be hers. Like, you want to hit the salvo? Seems like she's a little busy.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's get out of
shit.
here.
Oh shit! You about to... Hey, have fun with Sybil. Have fun with
You're
Sybil.
gonna have a good
Have
time.
all the fun with
He's
Sybil.
not even thinking about that.
Yeah,
He's not right now, at least. He's just like, "Yep, let's go."
Min would
Unconnects the
probably
meta hook.
although
Min
it
would
is
probably
a nice
turn the
cutoff.
music down a little bit, like just a little,
bit.
like
It's still
201, which is still
horrible.
fucking
Okay.
loud, right? But it's
But not
just a
like
little.
hurting people.
Right,
Right.
right.
It-
She's like, I'm busy now. I'm no longer interested in what my speakers are doing. I am far more interested in what's happening in front of me. So
And Howler, you can tell Sybil exactly knew what she was doing because
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those cutoffs. It says SWAT because she used to be SWAT officer, and SWAT's right across the gams.
the gams. The gam. What the?
The
Gams? Not gams. Gams is the legs.
Ah,
The
fine.
gams. Come
The
on.
Say the
cans.
girls.
They're the
A
cans.
huge
The
tracts
hunga
of
madonga.
land.
Badunga
Yeah,
jungus.
Yeah, those just gargantuan hungalakungas.
The bajungas.
God.
The milkshakes that do bring the boys to the full salvo, apparently, or at least the boy.
I thought that was the hips. I don't know. There's a lot of milkshake. It's fine.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good place to cut, and for the rest of the day, we know what those two are doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hunter, how much do you vent to this poor woman? How much are you like, man, my sister, she's my sister, but also fuck. I should say that word considering what's going on. Oh no.
I don't know. Can
God.
anyone hear me? Because I lost internet.
Yep.
I can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay. I missed everything. I said huge tracts of land, and then the internet was like,
Yeah,
nope, bad
we
language,
heard you.
and cut me out.
We heard huge tracts of land.
I know, that's when it cut me off.
But how much do you vent to Sybil? How much you're like, man, I know she's my sister, but fuck. Oh no, don't say that word, not in this context.
He's probably not going to vent because he doesn't want to think about it.
Well, Sybil's
It is-
got something to keep your mind occupied.
Yeah,
He's
it's
reading
called,
SWAT.
You probably get a. He's up here, big boy.
Sorry, I struggle reading sometimes, so it takes me a moment to catch up with the word.
That's honestly not the worst
That's a good
thing
line.
I've ever heard Sin say. Honestly, that shows a
say-
modicum of preparation.
She kind of clicks her tongue. Is like, ain't got no riz, but it's better than I've seen you do before.
Look, sometimes I have my moments.
Seems like you were having a moment back there. I'm gonna pour you. And she pours you just like this ain't like a shot of whiskey. This is like a glass of whiskey. It's like to forget.
Yep, I like to forget. Forgetting juice is the best juice. He's gonna
Forgetting
drink
juice
it.
is best juice.
Never mind. I take back what I say. It was pretty bad.
Says you. Just downs the whole glass. Just,
Yeah, she's like, yeah, says me, and then cheekily like folds her arms over her chest. No SWAT for you.
oh. Swat me, mummy.
I double dog dare you to
Come
say
on.
that.
Come on, shoot your fucking shot already.
Hey, mommy.
That comes later after we drank in a bit.
Oh, okay. I want to see what I want to see. What exactly would you say after you've been drinking a bit? I'm curious.
Now here's the in Sin's voice, but coming from me. Now here's the problem with that. In real life, I am a god awful shitty flirt, and I have no idea how to do any of it. So that's
Ain't got
Just
no
ask your
riz.
sister.
I ain't got no riz in real life. I'm sure Hunter's probably good enough on his own. I don't know.
Do you need some tips? I can help you.
Oh, ain't no tip saving me. Trust me.
You probably say something like real fucking corny and shitty. She
Of
rolls
course,
her
yeah.
eyes, pats you on the cheek, and is like, "Let's go find that camera of yours, Essay." Talking about the one you believe is there that ain't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, shut the fuck up. You won.
Sin. Thank God, Sin. You leave us
Sin's
the fuck
virgin
alone now,
anymore.
please.
Now Sin doesn't have to die a virgin.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't. It's okay.
We don't know that.
But why'd he fucking act like it then? Sorry, that's not nice.
Because, like I
Damn,
said,
he
I have
wasn't.
no idea how to flirt.
Sorry, that's not
Flip the
nice.
1d2 and it was a 2. Guess he wasn't. I was really hoping to be a 1 and be like, it's not what the dice said.
That's not what the dice.
You know the weirdest part about all this? My Discord says I'm still disconnected. I don't know how I'm talking to y'all. It's been doing this little circling connection problem thing.
Love, finds a way.
Love
I'm
finds a
sorry.
way.
Can
I am
love
so
bloom on the
happy for Sin.
battlefield?
Sin, have a lovely time, Sin. Have a
Fuck the
lovely
police, says someone. I'm trying, says Sin.
time.
There it is.
Now that High School Musical's over, we're gonna cut back to the next day. Unless, Howler, how are you handling the cockpit goes down? Sin's gone off to drink forget me juice.
Min will maintain eye contact with you as the cockpit closes.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go take a jog around the ship since we're in bad territory and I can't jog on top like
It's
I
not a good
used
time to talk to Mandy?
It's not a good time to talk to Mandy.
No,
This is
Mandy
some
looked
weird
like she was
stuff
about to
going
have a
on.
stroke.
Maybe you should check on her. Maybe she might be having a stroke. You don't know. You should check on her.
Oh no. It's just time to jog and not think about it.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think
least-
it. Don't say it. Don't think it. Don't say it.
I mean, they call her fuckboy activity, but really, this is
God, what
fuckboy activity.
the fuck man.
I mean, did you expect anything less?
Think it. Don't say it. Don't think it. Don't say it.
Say it. Say it.
No, that's the joke. It's that
Mhm.
shitty movie, The Bye Bye Man, which is
What
like
is- Never heard of it.
the whole thing is it's a fucking spooky man thing with like a trench coat and a hatchet and a scary dog, and if you even know his name, he's gonna kill you. So that's why don't think it, don't say it.
Doesn't sound any more stupid than the Babadook.
The Babadook's a good movie though, even if
No,
it
it's
has a
not.
horrible title.
It
Okay,
has horrible characters.
we're gonna have to kill each other after stream for this one. There will be an honor duel.
Gotcha.
But no, that's I am allowing everyone to have bad opinions. But
Is that
that
what
being
that is?
said, you're going for a run. Anything
Yep.
else people
No.
need
$1 million would be real fucking nice right now.
in
mean-
in Minecraft in game?
Yeah, $1
Maybe-
million fucking dollars in Minecraft would be real fucking nice right now.
Dude, that's like 6 diamonds.
Maybe like dinner and water.
Hydration.
Hydration of sorts.
You have ice cream, but you don't have water in Max.
Priority.
Yeah,
Priorities.
priorities.
Priorities. Okay.
Yeah,
Just checking.
priorities.
Priorities. Well, if that is the case, then I guess we can move on.
Yeah, I think so. I think the only bit of context I would have liked, I'd like to add is in the library. You know, back
library.
hours ago, as Indy plops down into the beanbag, she holds out an earbud 4. Min goes, watching Cowboy Bebop. Ever seen it? You'll like it.
Give me this. She's just gonna.
It's a wireless, yeah.
I'll watch it with you.
Yep, and Tank roll. You roll up Tank.
Which I feel
That's it.
like Min's gonna start playing to start combat.
Maybe.
It is a good starting combat music.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next
that's-
day comes. What state is everybody in?
I don't know. Where?
Positive state. Feeling.
End up.
You all get called
Min's
to the
place?
ready room.
What time is it?
Morning. Like,
Yeah, so,
Before
like,
breakfast?
7.
We've been up an hour.
It sounds like you were
We've
up a
been
lot
up for more
longer
than an
that.
hour. Yeah, we
Been
there
up-
was very little sleep to be had.
There was very
Oh,
little
wait, that
sleep.
was getting up, not up.
This joke has less weight with 2 women.
Listen,
Bro.
I don't understand women. I'm just gonna point that out.
It worked that
I
way.
don't know how they work.
You're
They're
mashing.
weird.
You're mashing.
They're weird and scary to me.
I
You're
mean,
mashing.
Do I have to do that for Mir again? Just pounding it.
that's
There's not
not
pounding.
how that.
There's
There's
pounding.
I know, but now Mira had to hear that, had to like feel that.
God.
But I think at 7 we finished
Breakfast.
a run.
Well, I do have a picture for the gym now.
Ooh,
It's a nice gym.
it's a nice
The fucking
job.
people in this image, like I said, Midjourney got extra thirsty. So we're just gonna
It's not bad. It's great. They're all in gym attire. It's cool.
Yeah, underwear is gym attire. Absolutely.
Can be.
Boxers is gym attire.
We're in the future. We don't
gym
know.
shorts. It's gym
Bikinis are
shorts.
gym attire.
Sometimes. If you're like an
Sometimes.
Insta model, sure.
You don't know. There could be Insta models on this ship. We're all
There
inclusive.
might be. Yeah.
We're all inclusive.
I don't
but-
want to be inclusive.
But yeah, it's
with that.
brightly lit, nice wood flooring, any kind of exercise equipment you could think of. And around the whole thing is like a running circle.
I go for a run in the morning.
Mm. I think Eddie would try her best to keep up, but she'd notice she's slowing you down and would probably switch to probably a row machine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Somebody decided that the space cancer got worse. So
I think the dice decided that.
I said somebody. I didn't say who.
RN
I said
Jesus.
somebody.
But yeah, you probably you're running. And Godwin runs up with you. And no shirt. And that's when you see, holy fuck, this guy's back is terrible.
Right.
Like, these are like super burn scars.
Yo.
It's just like, sup, girly?
Hey. How are things?
Hey, a bit more quiet now, huh? Giving you just a
Y-
little fucking smile.
You didn't like the rave? The impromptu rave?
Ugh, no, your choice in EDM's mid. I could send
Oh.
you some pointers if you want.
I mean,
It's just got this like, I'm just here to fuck with you and like be a little shit smile. And also
right.
seems a little strung out.
Okay.
Like, I
She
haven't been sleeping.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Fuck it, send me what you have, and if it's better than what I have, maybe I'll play it. If it's not, I'm gonna give you shit about it."
You'll try. Is he
Mm.
like still running, like pulls out his phone, sends you a list, and it's all just Euro trash.
God damn. Ugh. Okay.
Like good beats, but it's all European.
European.
If our audience is listening, yes, we are judging you. If any of them are Europeans, we are just out and out judging you for something that
just
you
want you-
can't control.
We just want you to know it's not because we dislike you, it's because we're secretly jealous uh, of a lot of things, like healthcare and
Like
But not your
healthcare.
music.
work leave, you know,
Or
and
not your
these
music.
holidays and everything else. Anyway.
And it's probably around then that you get the call. And he's like, "Right, you're gonna get your girly friend.
I mean, yeah.
Save you 2 seats, I guess."
Yeah, that's fine. How long do these meetings usually last? Because I want to go eat.
Not super long,
Okay.
but it is a
Yeah.
yo, get your asses down here now kind of deal.
Right.
Oh shit. Oh, don't even have a chance for a fucking shower. Okay.
Golin's not getting one either, and Golin looks like they've been working out for several hours, even though it's 7 in the morning.
Well, Gowan sweats just by standing there because he hasn't slept in 3 weeks. So
Yeah, Golin looks like they're looks like they've been on stims for a while.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And I
Might
think
have something
maybe
to do with that horrific burning on the back.
Maybe.
I think maybe if you grab Indy, that well, because she got the call too.
Yeah, everyone
So
in
she'll-
combat team did.
Yeah, she'll get off the row, look at it, look at her phone, look at you two, look at Gowan a second time. Come over. Gowan, you look like shit.
I feel great. I'm just living my best life, raw dogging it, you know?
Raw
Right,
dogging it.
right, raw dog in it.
Ah,
Right.
piss off, girly. I'm gonna.
Is that the best you have?
No, but
Seriously, you need to get yourself fucking checked out.
No, but you know, I'm in the presence of a lady. One, anyways. Clearly being like, just to give Indiana shit, but also
Yeah.
being like, man. Then gives you both like friendly pats on the shoulders. Is like, don't keep captivating too long. She'll probably fucking have a conniption.
Probably as he walks off, Indy's just looking at him, and as he turns a corner or something, she goes, "Sounds like I need to have a chat with Mer."
I mean, yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
can live his life like this until he gets us killed in combat.
Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it?
Yes. And
How heavy of a sleeper is Sin?
Probably
Oh, sorry.
pretty heavy.
Not to cut you off.
no, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, so you probably woke up with like cheek pats. And she's already decided to like wear your jacket.
Oh dear.
She's like, wakey wakey.
What about what?
Wakey fucking wakey.
And she's just like, go shower or something. We got boss lady already breathing down our necks.
Oh shit.
Maybe you'll finally find that camera. You're busy looking elsewhere.
Oh. Yep.
Leaves the room, tossing her wet hair like she just showers, and fucking snaps as she leaves as like a boom, I gotcha.
This hoe.
I
Wearing
love
your
her.
fucking jacket.
Wear my jacket.
Yep. I love her. Good.
And you check your phone. She's changed her contact in it to Mommy, MAMI.
Oh damn!
Oh my
All right.
God.
Oh shit!
All
All
right.
right, Sin.
Good for
Just
you.
just to fuck with you.
I love it.
I
I go
need
shower.
you to tell your sister about this shit because I just want to fucking bones you. Like,
You will never
Phrasing.
no, not
Actu-
bone him, bones.
Sweet.
Multiple.
Alabama.
No. You get
Jesus.
dabs.
Get
No.
dabs.
Get dabbed on.
Get dabbed on, haters.
Yeah, I get shower and make my way there.
Or no, what would wouldn't be mommy? It would be there's a
Poppy.
specific no. That would be there's a specific term they have that's basically like bad bitch in Spanish. I'll have to find it. I think it's la cabrona.
La
Means badass
cabrona.
bitch.
I love it. La
Yeah, so
cabrona.
yeah, she's in your phone as la cabrona.
Oh my god.
You got swept off your fucking feet, man.
God damn.
She had you played from the start.
There was no resisting arrest.
Not at all.
Oh my god. I love it.
So yeah, everyone Howler is probably shows up there before everyone else because someone is still sleepy and the other two have to go fucking get burgers or something.
We don't.
Oh.
I can eat after.
We can eat
I don't
after.
care.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sweaty and gross.
So
like,
maybe
I
it's
don't like
sin.
it.
Maybe it's Sin's the last one there.
Yeah.
Sin has
Sin,
to do the
you're
walk
late.
of shame.
Oh god.
Yeah, you're like, Sin, you're late, and the captain goes, my
Well-
line.
I mean, if Sybil's there, she's got my jacket.
She does.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
That's probably why. That's
exciting.
probably why Indy says it first. Sin, you're late. Have too much fun last night.
Looks like I'm here. Let's start the meeting.
But
Yeah,
fucking
you all-
Indy
Min's
just
like, oh, I
shoots
got.
a look at Min. And
She's
Howler,
literally just like,
what does Howler fucking think of this? Like, everyone got laid last night except me.
Basically.
Howler just stands up, flips the table, and walks.
Fuck!
oh no,
Uh,
poor Howler.
I was fine. It's just like, wow, I do one thing, I get chased in fucking Jeffrey's tubes. At least
Which was
everybody
pretty
else
fun.
tries something, and it gets to be a problem.
The
What can I
captain's
say?
The captain's just rubbing her fucking forehead like, oh my god, this is starting to be a problem. I'm gonna have to deal with this at some point. And it's just like,
which?
all right, Dawson's Creek out of the way. Let's get down to business.
Okay.
Like Sex in the City.
Do you have something important, Captain? You said it was important.
You just get there's just dead silence, and you get that excuse me, bitch look.
I just asked if you had something important.
Right. So we're near where we believe the Melpomene to be, but obviously the Calliope's a little too big to go searching. Considering how much larger it is than the old Leviathan types, I think that it's down to combat team to investigate. You're free to take your mechs, but it might be faster to take one of the other land vehicles out for a spin.
Suggestions like the skiffs we just stole?
Oh, those,
Someone took those apart.
Yeah, those don't exist.
Okay.
Wow.
What is your suggestion? A jeep that someone took apart, I'm guessing?
There's quite a few vehicles. You have something that's basically an oversized van you could take. It's got communication equipment in it so we can keep in touch.
Right. And you need all of us to go because...
Not everyone. Greenie, Scotty, and La Cabrona are gonna stay back.
La
And she's just
Caprona.
like,
Just turning to look at
she's
Sybil.
just like, what can I say? It's not a bad thing to be called. She's just like, whatever. And she's like, so I leave it up to you four. Bring me along, bring Mur along.
We've never taken the captain on a mission
So
before.
it'd be
It would
kind
be.
of fun to have you along, Cap.
Yeah.
She would
Yeah,
get
then
to
you
feel.
can see
She'd get
firsthand
to feel like a
what it's like
Yaksha
being out
again.
with us.
Right. Then she'd get to figure out. Oh my God, you are just as bad during operation as you are at home.
Yes.
You are the people I trust to defend my ship with your lives. Fuck.
So this is what
Right.
Howler's been complaining about this entire time.
She talks into her fucking watch. She's like, Bodhi, you're in charge. Mama's going on a mission.
Mama's going out
Mama's
for
going
groceries.
on a mission.
Yeah, Mama's going
Yeah.
out for groceries. And just gets
Hopefully
like,
she's
over
not going
the-
out for milk and cigarettes.
No, that'd be Dad.
Oh God.
But she's like, Mama's going out for groceries. And then Bodhi pops back over and in that very dry military voice is like, bring us all back something nice.
I think at that, Indy would say, "How long can you give us? Because I need a shower and probably food."
1 hour.
That's
There's
more
a-
than enough time.
1 hour. There's a sandstorm coming in, and if we're not careful, we're going to be spending our days either in the van or in the Malpomene if we find it.
There's probably just a. Indiana shoots a look at somebody, and I can do an hour.
Yeah, I can do an hour. It's fine.
And then she probably just like
And
just light. Go ahead.
The captain's already starting to walk out to get ready and says that and fucking hard pats Sin on the shoulder and
Yes!
goes, can you do it in an hour, buddy?
And I think at that, Indy on his other side, like lightly punches his arm and says, "I'm surprised, but actually, no, I'm just surprised."
I think
Oh, God.
this is harassment, and I need to go see
Do you need
HR.
HR?
As you're saying that, she's at the like threshold of the door, turns around, looks at you, and goes, cry about it more. I'm HR.
I think actually, Indy, I forgot. It will probably turn around as she gets to the door and goes, "Actually, Mer, can I talk to you for a moment?"
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now.
No, not you.
I wanna walk out and pass by Sin and look back at Sybil and say out loud, "She's hot. Good job." Just keep going.
And Min will get a text. I'll be there in a minute.
And you're like, she's hot, and she just goes like this. She just up, nods at you, and goes, yeah, and
So
just
be
is like
careful,
has this look
Sid.
where it's like, I'm starting shit. I love this. I'm
Yeah.
a problem.
All right. Sybil has been quiet up until now, but okay.
It's the
this
quiet
is-
ones you got to be worried about.
She was just waiting her time. She could have done anyway. What is
More like
Sin doing
anyone.
so I can talk to
done,
her?
She done something. I'll tell you what. He's probably gonna be food. He just woke up, showered, got embarrassed. He's
Got
gonna
called
go
out
stuff
by
his
his
face.
sister and many other people.
And
Got
many
called
other-
out by his boss. His boss implied that he doesn't last long in bed.
Can you do it in an hour?
If it hadn't been for the fact that literally just hooked up, he would have been like, "Do you want to find out?" But he didn't want to die.
He didn't want to
But he
die.
didn't want to die.
Oh man, yep. The ball and
Dude,
chain.
hitting
You
on
woke up and it was
HR.
around your ankle.
Sure wasn't his fucking jacket. Yeah.
God, what is Howler doing? I'm sorry.
So while Indiana goes off to talk to Myrrh, Howler's going to go off and talk to Min.
Oh, you're gonna have to walk with me because I'm going back to the. I gotta go shower. I'm disgusting.
And
Yep.
food.
Okay.
And
Hey,
food. Yeah.
Min.
What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you saw that I saw what I saw when I saw it, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't
Define it. I see lots of things. What'd you see?
fuckboy behavior.
Oh yeah, Sybil. Totally
No,
fuckboy behavior.
no, it was you, and I think Indiana was in there with you, and you closed the canopy. You looked me right in the eye.
Oh,
You
you mean
looked me in
that?
the eye.
Oh, it's nothing. And he's just, helping me work some kinks out in the mech.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Crazy.
Yep.
Work
Exactly.
Some kinks. Work some kinks. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm actually kind of surprised that you caught on so late in the game.
Well, I haven't seen anything. I didn't have any reason to think that you were just like your brother, but
Oh damn. Oh damn.
Shit.
but it's
Oh.
okay.
Tell me what you
Oh,
mean.
I don't
Wait,
want you.
no.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want
I
you
just-
to. Oh,
No, tell me what you mean. Just like my
Oh,
brother
he
in
hit-
what way?
He hits on like any girl,
Oh,
almost any girl.
okay. Well, here's the difference between Sin and me.
You're
Sin
successful.
hits on, and
Well,
I am
except
successful.
for last night, apparently. He was successful too.
Well, I mean, a broken clock is
I
right
just-
twice a day. So
Look, I'm not good at this people thing. I
Okay.
was raised in a fucking compound with a bunch of other guys just like me, and
Mhm.
so I say the wrong things at the wrong time. And
Mm,
I'll give you
you're
credit for
fine.
not slapping me, because the last person I talked wrong to kind of broke a bottle over my head.
I'm
I just
not gonna
wanted to
do that to
say
you.
not
Yeah.
to feel like any shame, even though I don't think you do.
I
And,
don't, but I do
it's-
appreciate the sentiment.
It's okay and it's cool, and just to share, because like we know, and we're not going to let anybody outside of our group know, right?
I
That's what we're.
well, I don't have.
That's what we're doing.
I don't
We're
actually.
keeping it in family.
Oh, I don't keep it in the family, especially since my brother's on combat team. But
Well, not that. I'm talking about we don't go talking our stuff out to other teams.
Oh, that's
even
fine.
Even though the tuk tuk kind of ratted you out.
Oh, fuck the tuk tuk. It's cool. Like it was
Okay.
gonna come out
Don't
eventually.
fuck the
It's not a
tuk
big
tuk.
deal.
That's
I'm not gonna
no.
fuck the tuk tuk.
No.
No.
I
You leave him smiling.
ew.
Can't do much else. He's a balloon.
Ew.
Well, you left me satisfied and smiling.
Yeah, well,
That's what
you
it
were kind
is.
of interested in something I had done that I didn't want to talk about, and just for the sake of you do something that's slightly embarrassing and I witness it, I'll tell you something slightly embarrassing on my end. How about that?
You know what? And she's probably gonna like pat your shoulder. I don't know how you feel about physical contact, but she's gonna pat your shoulder.
He
And she's
doesn't
gonna be
mind.
like, okay. She's gonna be like, bud, everything I do is usually out in the open. But I do appreciate where you're coming from. That's cool. And I mean, if you like,
Cool. But you were
I
you were
guess
asking a lot of questions about articles of clothing, and I wanted to just let you know, since apparently everybody knows in our group. I'm thinking that, just trying to get her to loosen up and be more friendly. I sort of sent
wait,
a gift to McLaughlin, and it wasn't
which one is that
well
one?
received.
Mandy.
That's Mandy with
Okay.
the
Got it.
with the wrenches.
Do you want some tips? Like I could probably help.
No. We're talking, making friends. She didn't kill me, even though I think she was pretty close that first time she found out.
I have found that passion and anger can sometimes live in the same place at the same time.
Well, just so you know, this is what I sent her, and he'll show you a picture on his tablet.
What is it?
I'm trying to find it right here. It is. There it is.
Fetishware.
Is it? Hold on.
There, I sent it to you on Discord.
Oh God.
Okay, hold
It's
on, hold
already
on, hold
in.
on.
It's already in the Discord for Yakshas, but it's like I did
Where?
send it in there in
Super far back.
2021.
So Min, seeing this, is gonna be like, "Where'd you buy this?"
Oh, there was this custom shop in Washington D.C. They're really discreet, but apparently somebody found out
Oh yeah.
that I
Wait,
sent it.
he still doesn't know?
No,
No one knows.
What?
you
No!
didn't
I
tell
thought they
me.
knew!
I don't think you told me. No.
I
No,
thought you
you haven't
knew!
told anyone. You also haven't mentioned that you got that guy killed.
That's a
We're
whole
just
other
gonna leave
story.
that skeleton in the closet, okay? I'm
Don't
not.
know what's happening.
So,
fucking
so
murdered
the
this
person,
man.
the person that let it slip to Mandy that Howler was the one that bought that was Indy, and
yeah.
Indy may or may not have gotten someone swatted for the information.
That is
And not in the way
unfortunate.
that Sin got swatted. This was
Right,
No.
right.
getting a bunch of MPs around this guy in a city that's already pretty fucking terrified because they just got through a big attack and then yelled out, "He's got a gun."
Ooh, no, that's
Yeah.
awful. Okay,
Mhm.
Oh,
well,
that guy's dead.
I don't know any of that, and I'm just gonna be like, "Do they deliver?"
Yes, they deliver with discreet delivery if you pay them extra.
Oh, I
Pay
don't
them
care.
extra for discreet delivery.
That's killer. Can you send me like the information?
Oh, sure. He'll
Thank you.
send it to
Thank
you.
you.
How
Thank you.
quickly
No,
can you
this
look that
is
information up?
very quickly. We'll
Okay,
like
so
walk and talk, and I'm literally looking it up as we're
you
walking and
pull
talking.
up a Google News thing that the guy who used to run this place got fucking murdered or not murdered, got killed in a altercation with military police outside the Lincoln Memorial under suspicious circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah, Min will be like,
Ugh.
"Well, I don't think that shop's open anymore, man. That's unfortunate."
That's too bad. Hardest part though was trying to sneakily find out what her measurements were, so I didn't send it in something that was too small, too big, whatever.
Well,
See,
you
now
should actually you shouldn't do leather. You should do latex because then it really doesn't matter like what size they are, as long as you have like a general small, medium, large, or extra large or whatnot.
Oh,
We can talk about that if you later.
that's
If you,
something I didn't
yeah.
think of.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's great. I mean, it requires oil, but it's cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can send you all the links that I have, and she will fucking send off her fucking shit to him.
Jesus.
But it's okay. I
Boy
didn't get
behavior.
totally brained for sending it once she found out it was me, and I
Oh.
don't think I'll be sending anything else like that unless she requests it.
Well, I mean, good to have that information in your back pocket just in case.
Yep.
Good luck, man. Like, hope she lightens up.
Yep. I got her playing Magic the Gathering now, so it's not so bad. She's at least not trying to kill me.
Good. Sin and I
Literally.
used to play that when we were kids. I always kicked his ass.
Harsh.
Now hold on.
He taught me how to play, and then I ruined him.
Whoa, let's use another word for
Less-
different word
less
than
ruining.
ruined, huh?
Wrecked his day. Yeah, when I kicked his ass in the game. I don't know.
That's good. I just wanted, don't want you to feel weird about what happened and what I saw. So now I don't have to feel weird because apparently somebody leaked out what I did, even though I was really, really trying to have it be a secret.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm
Especially after
sorry.
she said she was going to fillet whoever sent it to her.
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? I guess I really just don't do a lot of secretive things. It's just like if it gets found out, it gets found out, I'm pretty
So
open about it.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I get
I
it.
got to go
I
get
get it.
ready
Have fun.
for the
You part
for the
ways.
trip out, not for anything else.
Right, because we're riding in a van, right? A van.
Yeah.
You can take your mechs if you want, but that was the suggestion
mean-
because it's this big, like,
Open
somewhere
dune.
between
I'm
a
fine.
van and an APC.
Mm.
I'm fine with taking the van just because that confirms we won't be doing combat, and Indy gets a little trigger happy.
Mm,
So
I'm
I'm fine
down.
with taking the van.
I'll ride in Set. He's small enough.
Oh shit. I mean, you could ride in Max with me,
Sybil.
but
Oh,
Sybil
are we
can't
taking
come.
Mex? Are we
No, that
taking
was
Mex?
this. You can take Max
Oh.
if you want.
Well,
So is
no, I
Max
just
going?
Because, like, not everyone has to take their mech if they don't want.
Is
yeah,
Max going?
if you want Max to go, Max can go.
No, you sounded like you were taking Max.
I mean, I just installed my new speakers.
and they'll get
I
filled
mean, the
with sand.
captain's taking the White Valkyrie because it has
Oh.
the utility of it can fly.
Well, then maybe Max has a ride along.
Max can have a ride along. I've got space.
Perfect.
So it sounds like Howler and if Hunter goes with him, would be the two who are stuck in the van.
What?
Awkward silence the whole ride there.
No, I said I would take Set.
Set or Sin?
I would Set. I would be
Or
riding in
not.
Set.
Yeah, Set, or
Or
I meant
Legion.
Legion.
Sorry. Yeah, I'd be riding in Legion.
Oh, well, I mean, if
Yes,
that
you could
was
just
kind
all
of
take Max then.
established, yeah, if it was established, then maybe I'd say something to Howler and be like, I think I'm taking a Mac. I'm pretty sure I'm taking Max. Like, he needs to stretch his legs. Anyway.
Well, how fast is the van gonna go? Cause
A lot faster than your guys' 3 movement
Shit.
max.
Kong's a little slow.
How
Mm,
fast is the White Valkyrie? 6. And it can fly.
well, shit, maybe, maybe I'll take the van. I don't know.
Why?
Because
Because
Max was
it's
3
faster. Yeah.
move.
Hey, I've actually been meaning to ask. No, never mind. We'll take the van for now. I need to
Mr.
talk with
Machine.
somebody about a thing.
Alright.
Some changes. Because I just realized we can change loadouts in between battles.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get rid of the boost jump jet system and replace it with something else. So anyway,
Sure.
but that being said, I guess we're in the van.
I gotta go shower and eat some breakfast. I have so much breakfast to eat. You have no idea. Like, I'm gonna eat it on the way.
Shower first, though.
Yes. Because I'm gross.
I was going to talk to Mur.
Yeah, and they all head out, and it's probably just you and Mur in the
Yeah.
ready room.
Mur, I have to go real quick, but I just wanted to ask, why hasn't Gowan been sleeping again?
Gawain I'm sure you know about Gawain's injury.
Yes.
It's something I can't necessarily treat. The Ogre Blades didn't exactly remove all of that melted Kevlar from his back.
It's uncomfortable. Yes, I understand. But he's strung out. I'm
I
not sure the
know.
last time he has slept. And it's
3
only a
days
matter
ago.
of time. She pauses for a moment as if realizing, how would you know? Right. Okay.
That and he's the
But
doctor. He knows a lot of things about you guys.
yeah, but Indiana prefers the more
Mhm.
fun interpretation. And says, that's nice, but it's only a matter of time until he makes a mistake and he gets killed or worse. One of us gets killed.
I know. And I've been trying to talk with him and with Lashana about it because there's a lot of things going on. There's stuff that's physiosomatic and there's stuff that's psychological, and I'm not good at that stuff. I'm not that kind of doctor, but I know.
You know, I guess I'm happy that he's not as good at avoiding Lashana as I have. I haven't talked to her since we left. Actually, since I don't remember the last time I talked to Lashana. That being
Maybe
said,
maybe you should, considering all of the stuff that was going on at Happiest Base. Just says, staring at you with this look that's like, I know a lot about you too.
then you would know that things have changed for the better.
Yeah, well, just like the Kevlar in Gawain's back, things can linger.
I'm going to be fine. There's no trigger anymore. That's gone. I don't know if Myrrh believes Indiana.
No,
I'm not sure if
that is
Indiana
very
believes
much a
Indiana.
there's a look that's like, yeah, right. Right.
Besides, you still haven't messaged about the wake or what visiting the memorial. We need to do that sometime. Maybe after I get back, yes?
Yeah, maybe after all this stuff with Coruscant's handled and we have a moment to breathe.
That's a long way in the future. That could be months from now. You don't know.
I like to think that you're better. I like to think that combat team's good enough that's not going to take you months.
Take us months, you mean? You're a part of this.
Not at the moment. Right now, I am operating in the capacities of a doctor.
You feel like there's a reason we didn't take you this time?
Because I feel like maybe you guys are still trying to hold on to some promise you made to Frank.
No, because it has been decades since the captain has gotten out of her stuffy office and done anything.
I mean, she did, save your ass as a DC.
No, she saved your ass at Labrador.
We'll say both happened.
Hmm. But the long and short of it is, Mer, it has nothing to do with you. And most things to do with the captain. So please, don't take it personally. I have no reason to not want you out there. The captain decided that we could only take one extra, so that's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, didn't she tell you there's a reason why she's only taking one?
No.
Your buddy's going with you, the one you brought in. One doesn't talk much.
Yes, have you heard the story behind her?
Only that she'll be leaving as soon as you guys kill Coruscant.
Hmm. Have you ever read Dune, Mer?
Yeah?
She's a Harkonnen.
He gives you a long, long look. And what was the name of the doctor? Dr. Yu?
Mm-hmm. Y-U-H.
Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, well, until recently I thought you were something like Dr. Yu.
Who do you think I am now? Idaho? Duncan?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Hmm. Either character would be a tragic figure.
Yeah, no dying out in the desert.
No letting go and die on the ship. Please.
I'm a good enough
And
doctor.
no letting yourself go to neglect either. That's an order.
Just kind of gets the slightest bit of a huffy look, and it's like, I'm old enough to take care of myself. I
Good.
take care
Then I
of
shouldn't need to
thousands of
remind you.
people.
You do. And I can see it under your eyes. Every single patient.
You're going to be late for your date with Destiny.
I'm actually going to be late for a shower here soon. But, maybe Gawain needs a rest. And she turns and heads towards the door. Hell, maybe you do too.
I'll consider it, he says. And he's like this whole time had like a data slate that he's been working with that's got like patient diagrams on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Okay.
come on down, and the captain's all suited up in her mech pilot gear, and is climbing up into the White Valkyrie, and Ravana is with you guys and is like sitting at the back doors that are swung open for the van, which again is like this big, chunky, heavily armored thing. It's somewhere between a van, a small bus, and an APC. And
Min's got the sorry.
she's like, I took the liberty of not bringing the red mask.
Min has the biggest breakfast burrito you've ever seen in your entire fucking life, and like a thermos of coffee. It's just black coffee.
Let me guess. Does it have grapes in it?
No, not in the burrito.
Okay,
Just
good. Is there a cup to
just
the
a-
side? Let me guess.
probably-
Indiana's holding the cup.
I don't know. Do you want to hold a cup? You can.
I have a feeling that Min has just been like, "You need to hold this."
Probably.
I guess I'm
Take
holding
it.
this.
Only if you want to.
Well, because you've given it to her, now she has an excuse to steal from it. So
Fine.
got any grapes?
No. I only have the burrito.
Said to the
Listen,
man running the
We've never had
stand.
any grapes here. This is a lemonade stand.
Here's your grapes. Now take them and go away. I could sure go for some lemonade. And he bottled away. So
Yeah, the
anyway.
captain climbs into White Factory, who is getting all of these fucking missile silos loaded, and this mech is like 90% missile. Like all these plates are folding into place now that it's been loaded, and it is missiles of all sizes, shapes, varieties. You have some that have like squash heads. You have some that are clearly high explosive and meant for turning people into chunky salsa. You have ones that are meant for armor penetration. This thing is a
Load the Merv onto that thing. Saying offhand.
yeah. She's like 1 foot in the cockpit, 1 foot out. Is like, well, scared of a woman with power that just gets
my.
into the mech.
After last night, maybe not so much.
La cabrona.
You kinky bitch.
I was gonna say, I thought I was bad. No.
But no, you guys all get ready, and this time it's a different voice since Nicholas has been transferred into White Valkyrie. Just this plain standard VI woman's voice that's like, attention, all mech bay personnel. Prepare for battle mech departure. Doors are opening. And then once more, out through the breach and into the desert. And it's about as it was the last time you were out here, if more calm. It's not quite as dark. There's less xenorite disturbed and in the air. And it's not as barren a desert. In the distance, you can see these red stone mesas. You are now firmly in the plateaus of the Namib Desert, not just the desert itself. So who all's going in the van?
It sounded
Sounds like
just
everyone
Howler.
except Sin.
Yeah.
Howler. Oh, are you two going?
Yeah, because it'll be
no meh.
faster.
Yeah, it's meh. Faster.
So it's you two, Howler, and Ravana.
Who's driving the van?
Probably Howler. Unless one of you has like skills for driving.
Mm-mm. No.
Just a giant ass
I have
mech.
specific skills for driving. I have assault though.
I mean, I have
For,
something.
running people over with it, maybe.
I have do something flashy, but also I'm eating a massive fucking burrito right now. So it's like I could show off. I could eat this fucking big ass burrito and drive.
And this whole time,
The grapes.
Rev-
There are no
I've picked
grapes.
with-
There are no grapes. I don't have any grapes. I only have a big ass burrito.
You told me to hold the cup of grapes, and so
There was. Oh, I don't remember. Yes. Okay.
you throw
take the
them all.
grapes.
You throw
Bitch.
your regular breakfast into a burrito. Remember?
But I don't take the grapes.
grapes would just be weird in a burrito.
Francois was there with like your usual, and she's like, "I need a to-go burrito." Toss the grapes, and Indy would be like, "I'll take the grapes."
You
She'll
get a
want them later,
Ziploc bag
I'm sure.
of grapes. Just a fucking Ziploc bag of
It's like a little kid in a fucking on a family trip with a Ziploc of grapes.
I feel like I feel like they have like those Chinese takeout boxes, and it's one of those full of
Of
grapes.
grapes?
fucking the little dragon on the side and everything.
And
Eating
I
it with
think
chopsticks.
maybe she got chopsticks. She's practicing with her
grapes with
chopsticks.
chopsticks.
Not that she needs practice, but she's eating grapes with a chopstick. With
Yeah,
chopsticks.
you guys are Howler's driving, you two are eating, and Ravana is field stripping and reassembling a Saiga. So a shotgun.
I was like,
Shotgun.
what?
Hey, mine's bigger. She would say that like mouthful of food and just look at her and just be like, I think mine's bigger. And just keep eating.
Just gives you a long look. Slides the receiver back home, then goes back to working with this look like what?
She'll just keep she doesn't give a fuck. Min's just very happy with this fat with a PH burrito. It's thick with 2 C's.
And in the front, Howler, you probably get after a while the comms come on and it's the captain. She's like, "Damn, it looked bad from from the bridge. Didn't realize it was this dead."
Oh yeah, it is very dead out here.
Hey,
If I was
Captain.
prone
Edgy
to it, I
too.
probably would be depressed right now.
Say that again?
If I was prone to it, I'd probably be depressed
Oh.
right now.
Oh. I think Indy would go. So, Captain, by picking you, we've managed to make Mar feel bad. Congratulations. You're now a part
Oh,
of the
he'll be
petty
fine.
politics that is the combat team.
She just sighs and she's like, "He'll be fine. He's a big boy.
You
He's got a
know,
chip on his shoulder."
yeah, that's right. And I'm a big girl, but you still try and make me go to therapy.
The mech slowly turns and looks at you, and it's like, "Don't sass me when I have the Gondivas in here."
You're not going to kill your cash cows. You might try and kill me, but you're not going to kill your cash cows.
Yeah, they'll listen to me when I say bail.
I'll listen to
She's
you
got
when
a
you
point.
say bail.
How are
Yeah.
those anti-gravs working, by the way?
Oh, they're probably working great. It's just like skimming along the sand surface. Just
They do generate a lot of heat, I will say that. Like, not as a mechanical thing you'll have to worry about, but it's one of those things where, considering it's incredibly hot again, because it's like daytime, so it's probably already like 130 outside, and mechs already generate a ton of heat. It's one of those things where the set is having to very carefully monitor heat so that those things don't overheat something.
yeah, there's compensations put in place for that, just to make sure. But yeah, no, it's probably just like, whoa, it's getting a little warm in this cockpit. Might have
I
regretted
warned
putting this in too fast.
I warned you about rerouting their coolant system through the cockpit.
At the time, it seemed like a smart idea to keep it warm during a cold night. I did not think about daytime travel.
No, you
Yeah,
did not.
Damn. I choose to stay quiet.
But it's a It's a long and quiet search as you guys go through. You start getting into less sandy, more rocky places, but that sure hasn't stopped the xenorite spikes. Eventually, we see the White Valkyrie stepping over and looking around all these plateaus and valleys. It's like, we might have to go down into one of these valleys. God, can you imagine being in one of those things, falling down a cliff?
That feels foreboding.
And turns over and kind of like offers to carry the van for a moment, since both of these mechs can now fly, or at least the anti-grav would keep Legion from splatting on the ground if they hopped into the canyon.
Yeah, I'll put on the brakes so she could pick us up.
It was a bit jolting and jarring. You guys do get jostled along a little bit in there.
Here you can have these. I
Howell
think.
will make sure that Howell will make sure the comms are off before he says, "Safe in Mama's arms."
Oh my god.
You do get like the tiniest smile from Ravana, just a shake of her head.
Oh, Min will cackle.
So she does smile. Interesting.
Emotions. Weird.
It's almost like you
Emotions
all
are
think I'm some sort of monster.
I know she can smile.
I don't know.
I thought you were a robot, honestly.
Only the arm.
No, they're talking about Ravana, not the captain.
Oh, Ravana.
Mm.
Oh.
The actual I think
Yeah,
Indy
never
would
mind,
say,
she's
nah,
weird, she's crazy."
no. If I had to classify my suspicions, I would say sociopathic,
Howell would
maybe
make sure
borderline
that Chief could
psychopathy.
not hear him say that. Because he didn't want her shaking the whole bus.
Lose all the grapes, or the last of the
Right.
grapes. Like,
Right.
son of a bitch.
Throws it. I've had enough
But-
of this campaign. Kill 3 player
Dead.
characters.
No, didn't think you were a didn't think you were a robot. No, if I had to place my suspicions, it'd be more along the lines of sociopathy, psychopathy, something like that.
Intriguing. Goes back to working on the gun.
See, just like that, just like that.
What, should I be having an outburst or playing into these petty insults?
No, but it does make me suspicious that you're just planning something in the future when my back is turned.
That sounds like a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
That tiny smile again.
I think Indy would check the batteries on her stealth suit.
Oh, they're fine. Then there is a jostle as, from Set's perspective, you see the White Valkyrie just hop, and then all of these thrusters kick on to help soften the landing. And it is a deep ravine.
I get bisected as set comes apart and all each piece flies down now.
Your
Most
torso would
efficient
be
way
more,
down.
yeah, your torso would be more efficient for battlefield control over here.
Please, why have you not installed the recommended modifications to your vehicle?
I like keeping my body in one piece.
But having magnets hold your upper and lower halves together would be more efficient when I separate.
Now hold on, is that an option?
It might be an option.
Fucking madness. How does they work?
You can customize everything from the waist down. Be great. Be killer.
I don't know. It sounds like
Customize
like,
everything.
it sounds like Hunter's already having problems feeling things from the waist down after last night.
You okay, buddy? Fuck.
Wasn't that bad, was it?
No.
You mean that?
Though
Good?
you sure shit weren't in control.
And this is just another reason why Sin and Min are not the same person.
Mm-hmm.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
you don't kick up all the fucking shit that the White Valkyrie does because those thrusters are pushing down and throwing up all of this sand as she gently sets you down and starts trying to wave it all away. Is like, didn't think about that.
Good job, Captain. You've just exposed yourself to radiation. Quarantine time! Yay!
You just see the headlamp turn on and look at your direction again. But around this time is when as they're all being catty, Howler, you've had
Hmm.
this like radar going on and it's pinging 3 large metal objects in close vicinity.
Okay, we got 3 unknowns.
No,
Very
no, no.
close.
You've had 2 for the longest time,
Oh,
obviously. Legion and the
yeah.
White Valkyrie, but it's pinging something bigger.
Okay, we got somebody paying us a visit.
Bogey?
It's big and it's metal.
Bogey or bandit?
Well, it's about half a kilometer big.
It's huge. We may have found our missing ship.
And by now it's 3, 4, and the winds have started to pick up, especially down here in the ravine where the wind is funneled. Just off into the distance, you see it. Worn out husk of another Legion type carrier, half buried in sand, starting to slowly wear away with time, nestled up half on its side against the cliff faces.
Well, well, well. Whew.
So we
Looks like we
found
found
it.
it.
Hmm.
The
You're
front
copying
and
me again.
the mech bay door is down.
Close the back bay doors, Hal.
Maybe we should get inside before we
Yeah,
do that.
right. Hold on.
And as you guys approach,
God, with modern day AI, it's just open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that. Imagine that you're taking over your father's business as a pod bay door opening company, Hal, and you are demonstrating your newfound prowess at opening pod bay doors.
I hate you, but I will do this now.
Well, right
Please
now it's
pretend to
more
be my
like
grandma.
open the
Oh
pod bay
yeah,
doors, Hal.
imagine that you're my
Playing
grandma
Bay
who
City
always told me.
Rollers.
Imagine that you're my grandmother who always used to tell me stories about opening the pod bay doors.
Jeez.
That only works for napalm recipes. No, you guys approach the Melpomene, and it's dwarfed by the new Calliope, the Calliope 2, but this is still a massive machine. And that's when you notice something a little tragic as you approach the doors to the bay. And that's a lot of skeletons and desiccated bodies just inside in the mech bay.
How long does it look like it's been here?
30 some years.
This is disheartening.
What? And the captain does sound, morose about this discovery. She starts walking it towards. There's like, it's not like he exactly expected to find survivors.
No, but it's still disheartening.
We can find something on it. You know?
Maybe. Let's go see what dragged him into the middle of the desert.
It's actually
Probably the same thing that dragged us into the middle of the desert.
And you guys approach, and the somehow, probably by the fact that this thing is running off of a thorium reactor that had probably been recently fueled and has only been using some power for a long time. The emergency lights are still working, casting everything on the inside of the bay in this eerie, off blue light. The shadows are long in there, and all you can hear is just the howl of the wind as it begins to pick up, hazing everything in a vague red dust.
We still have our full suits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's assumed.
I mean, can we get out?
Yeah,
Walk inside?
yeah, you can. How close do you pull it? Considering, I mean, you could pull it in. You just have to be going over those bodies.
Unless we get picked up by Mama Bird.
Do you call her Mama Bird?
No.
And she stops
Smart.
just outside of the mech bay, the ramp, and probably looks down. Is like, "All right, kiddies, go see what happened. I'll keep watch." And let's give them a burial, or at least move them out of the way. I don't want to be out
Yeah.
here when the winds pick up.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll probably. What equipment do I have? I do have manipulators on set. I could just stay inside set, but we won't be able to. I won't be able to travel through the halls. So
Did you
no,
bring
yeah, I'll hop out.
I'll get out
Did you
too
bring
when I
Seth's
can.
little body?
Uh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Mm, that or Set could just control Legion when you're not inside.
Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll be like, Sec, keep an eye out for the nearby area while we go inside.
Weapons running hot. Everything's running hot.
You can turn off the hover jets while you're in here. That'll keep things cool.
Does unfold its legs again and turn off the gravs with a little whine as they power down. Yeah, you guys step off and climb up in there. And how much do you guys know about medicine, would you say?
I mean,
Nope.
Xenorite
enough.
specifically, or
Well, none of these people had the infection when they
oh,
died.
no. And we can't contact the Calliope.
No, unfortunately, like you could, if you check on all of the high-tech communication equipment in the van, just either distance or the storm picking up is making it to where you're picking up, like if they sent back a message, it'd be every other word.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the winds are already strong enough to where like walking, you're almost getting pushed over. And when you do get inside, it's have you ever heard wind whistling through something or against something large and metal from the outside?
Mm-hmm.
Especially something like this where you can't be certain what the structural integrity of the ship is, but it creaks and groans on old metal that's just been resting here for 30 years.
Hmm.
And these bodies are either completely skeletonized, a few of them, the ones that seem to have been closer to the door, but most of them are just desiccated. Like there's just no water in them anymore. They're all but mummified.
Yeah. Is there?
I'm going to be taking photos, not for weird purposes, because we need Mur. We're going to need
Yeah.
Mur to identify what the fuck happened to these people.
Mhm.
Are there any places where you can like any places for a data port or anything
Yeah.
like that?
Plenty.
I would like to find one. Is there any power?
It's on
Probably
emergency
not.
power,
Okay.
so
Um,
you wouldn't get a lot, but you
okay.
do as you try to access it. the ship's NHP is still alive.
Oh.
Kind
Actually,
of.
Oh.
just kidding.
Don't you dare.
There's
I'd
a
like to.
there's a readout port, and as it approaches, all these lines of code start coming up, and then they retranslate into like words,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like new intrusion detected, unregistered users. I am Jove. And then it just starts repeating that like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Can I hack into Jove? And
You could try, yes.
I would love to fucking try. Is it? I don't even know if that's going to do what I want it to do. Oh, that's
By
rough.
Jove,
That's too
she's a
bad.
hacker.
Not a great one right now. That's okay.
It's still a basic success.
Okay.
And the difficulty comes from the fact that Jove's architecture as a software has just deteriorated so badly over the years.
mhm.
I could
That's why
also
it
help
kept
that.
repeating itself, as it's stuck in a loop, a preset
Right.
loop.
So I'd like to do a few small things. I'd like to set
Mhm.
myself as a registered user with the highest possible credentials, if possible, and then kind of reset his system to where he comes back. We're just going to do not a soft reset. We're going to do a soft
Yeah.
reset and just
And it
kind of
comes
like,
back
yeah.
after a minute. It comes back and it says, "Welcome back." It says, "There's no voice, but on the screen it pops up, "Welcome back, Captain." And then there's a pause and it says, "I have missed you."
Aw.
Oh, that sucks. I love that, but I'm sad. Can I do I type into it or do I like talk to it? Probably type into it,
Type.
right? Okay. So I will type in, "It's good to be back. I've missed you too." What happened since I've been gone?
There are, and it pulls up. There are currently two registered intrusions since your last excursion, Captain,
Two.
and it has dates on them. One of them is you guys. It's dated to
Mhm.
just a few minutes ago,
Mhm.
and then one of them's dated about 8 months ago.
Huh. I'd like to look further into the one that's dated 8 months ago.
Would you like to access the security camera footage, Captain?
I would. Yes, please.
Please proceed to the bridge.
And she'll probably look back at everyone and go, I got access to the bridge. Do you guys want to go?"
Let's go. No
Yep.
sense in
Yep.
standing around here.
That's
And
perfect.
obviously, you're going to have to go through the tubes because the elevators were destroyed along with the ship crashing.
Mhm.
Right.
So as I've described them for when Howler was in there being chased by Mandy, so have you seen Alien, the original one? When he goes
Yes.
through the tube being
Yes.
chased by or looking for the xenomorph, it's like that. It's very,
Tight.
very tight, dark.
Mhm. Yeah.
And the metal creaks under your guys' weight. Even
Oof.
Indiana's weight. It feels like this thing has been just left here to rot away. So of course, any sort of pressure is just a strain that it's not used to anymore. It's a miracle that the ship is in the condition it's in, where there were no major breaches to it. It's not sealed. You could tell where this thing had landed, like hit the ground and then fell over, almost completely capsized, leaving those massive treads up in the air. But you could theoretically stay here and be safe,
Mhm.
assuming the structure itself is intact.
Mhm.
It's a bit difficult because you're going at odd angles, but eventually you pull yourself up to. It's probably more difficult for you, but if you let the others go ahead, they can lead you through because you guys were in one of this. You guys were in the Melpomene sister ship. It's got the same layout as the Calliope, or
Hmm.
the old Calliope anyway.
I think
I'll follow.
Yeah, I think Indy would offer to go first just because she is small and she can be invisible. You know, in case alien does,
Rats. We're
you know,
rats.
The actual alien.
yeah, you know, or something.
Just,
No,
if
you.
there are eggs, just don't touch them. Just don't touch them.
Right.
I figured I'd actually put my face right in front of one.
Oh, what
Mhm.
this? Uh-oh.
Yeah, right? Because, what are they going to do? Use an acid that eats right through my helmet?
Yes.
Yeah. I've just discovered alien life. I'm gonna put my face next to it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not great. I never liked that.
Which, and it's sad to say, people probably would be that stupid.
I know. What is this?
What is this? Uh-oh, it's eating me.
Right.
Uh,
So,
yeah, you
yeah,
guys
Andy will lead.
pull yourself up, and the top deck's rough. This is a deck that it kind of landed on when it crashed.
Great.
And there's more bodies. Not a
Hmm.
lot. And it seems that most of the ones you do find, they've been moved. And they were like, we don't have time to bury these people, or maybe we don't have enough people, but we've put them in places and we've got them as nice as we can get them right now.
Hmm.
It looks like obviously it would have been an emergency, horrible situation for anyone who survived the crash,
Right.
but they did what they could.
That sucks.
And as you make your way to the bridge, all these consoles are covered in dust. Not necessarily like dust from outside, but just the dust of time.
Hmm.
Any
The
Xenorite in
screen,
here?
no. It's, well, on this deck, actually, probably some, but not as much as you would think. And you can actually assume, looks like for the longest time, this place was actually probably buried. And it's only recently been uncovered by the winds. This back and forth of being buried by the wind and then uncovered by it and then buried and then uncovered.
Are there signs of the last people who were here at all? Footprints
Yes,
undisturbed? Yes.
large footprints, bird-like footprints.
Oh, fuck.
Bird-like.
Valifor? Really?
Valifor had feet that just looked like boots, or like mech
What?
feet. These look more like 3 toes and then a fourth one at the back. These are more bird-like.
That's weird. I don't like that. Has
And
Min
also
experienced anybody like that?
no. And then there
Okay.
also are normal human feet alongside them,
Okay.
Bird feet.
as well as like where people have like dusted off screens or tried to access them and things like that.
I don't like this. Okay. I think Indy would go. Does anyone recognize these footprints?
I got no clue.
No. Min's gonna go to a console. Probably one that makes the most sense. A captain's place, I guess.
Yeah, you make your way into the captain's ready room. Or like the captain's like not ready room, but like their office.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a
Yeah.
desk there that had been bolted in place, and you see there's a sound as you step in, but like glass breaking.
Okay.
You look down, there's an old worn photo, and it just looks to be like a family photo.
Oh, that sucks. She's gonna take it. Should put it in a bag. I'm assuming they've got bags
Yeah.
on them. So.
And it looks like a man and a woman and 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a traditional family photo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they all seem to
She'll.
be of Indian descent.
Okay.
Which tracks because this was an Indian owned. Yes.
American owned company, but there was a huge Indian diaspora because when when scientists tracked where Shiva was going to land, they went, "Oh fuck, it's going to land like right on top of India and Pakistan." So a lot of people in those parts of the world went, bet, bye.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there
Only
was a
those that could
lot of
afford
Indian
to leave, I'm
people.
sure.
Oh, it was a
Mhm.
humanitarian crisis for like a decade. So they got
Yeah.
all over the world. That's why you have things like, I mean, Bodhi's Indian.
Yeah.
One of the Yakshas you worked with on, actually, two of them that you worked with on the Sirens were Indian.
Gotcha.
That's why Yaksha became a term.
Yeah.
Yaksha 5 were, I mean, their leader was also Indian and used something from Hindu myth to name his company.
Mhm.
But you
Should
walk
like
in and the
to.
computer is there, the terminal.
Mhm. Should like to access that terminal.
And this terminal, there are human footprints that came in here, not the bird ones.
Mhm.
It looks like they, whatever it was, would have been too big to fit through a normal sized door.
Got it.
But you go in, you access it, and Jove's little readout comes and it's like, it repeats the exact same welcome back, Captain. I have missed you
Mhm.
a couple times. Like it's getting stuck in that loop again before it breaks. And it's like, according to our last conversation, you wish to understand more about the intrusion on and the date printout for 8 months ago.
Mhm.
Is this correct?
This is correct. Please show me.
I have security footage with audio.
I'll take it.
And it shows all these different parts of the ship. But the parts that are probably most interesting to you, because it looks like they would have just moved from the hangar to the med bay to the bridge.
To the med bay.
Hmm.
Interesting. And do we have an idea of what these people look like? Are there any logos? Anything? What the bird things might be? Bird prints?
As you start, you probably start with the cameras that were in the hangar,
Mhm.
and it turns on. It's just those emergency lights, the eerie blue light, and the bodies are all there still. They haven't been
Mhm.
disturbed.
Mhm.
But there's a creak, a sound as something is trying to force open the door, and it comes down with a crash.
Mhm.
And then after a while, there's someone arguing outside. Then this head comes in. It snakes in with this like long mechanical neck, and all there's like a face plate over it before it slinks back, and then this mechanical bird-esque body walks in, orange, black, and white, with several Kairos soldiers walking alongside.
Got it. Okay.
And they're all like stopping and looking at the bodies before this thing creaks its head and look like it comes down and around to look at one of
Mhm.
them. And it's like,
Mhm.
the dead where they are. Find secrets.
Oh,
Yes.
God damn it, it's Corson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a way to relay this to everybody that's I don't know where everybody is. I just walked straight into this
Oh, you
captain's
you have
area.
a Omni hook, don't you? You could just be streaming this to everybody.
I would like to do that because it'll
It's
be a
just
whole
on
lot
your
easier
guys'
than
side.
trying to relay. Yeah.
This is
So
bad.
so
This is really
Corson's the
bad.
source of the big bird footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I
So
think
he's at least
in
been up in here.
yeah.
Okay. What are they doing in the med bay? I want to follow them to the med bay.
Can we all do that?
No, I mean like I'm footage, video
Oh,
footage.
footage. Gotcha.
Mhm.
There's multiple instances of people coming in there. And the first one is some soldiers, and they're looking around at a terminal. And after a bit, one's like, looks to his friends like, look at this. Look. I need to get to Coruscant. We need to get to Coruscant. They both dead heat out of this room. Like they've seen some shit. They leave. And then the next is Coruscant awkwardly shifting their way in this room. Their weird mechanical frame is too big to fit through a normal door without a lot of trial and error. Comes through and then whips between you two. It's like, this had better be important. And then they just point at it and it cranes along and looks. And he goes, destroy everything. Make one copy for me. And they're like, yes. And then
Uh,
they start doing this, and he's still in the room. And one of them
mhm.
holds out this like data slate to him. And this like weird manipulator comes out from under like the body of it and takes it and pulls it into a hatch. And then it's like, thank you for your assistance. Shoots them both dead.
Cool, cool. This guy seems like
That
he's a lot of
tracks.
fun at parties. I'm going to then ask, would you say his name was Joel? No,
Jove.
Jove. I'm gonna ask Jove, do you have a backup of what was pulled?
I am attempting to access that part of my data, but it appears to have been corrupted irreparably. I have one log from the doctor, and it reads out the doctor's name.
Mhm.
It's like I have one log from Dr. Show.
I would like to read that log.
It's heavily corrupted. You're only getting bits and pieces of it. But
Mhm.
it's a personal log. It's a diary that he kept as the
Mhm.
ship's doctor. And the
Mhm.
first part reads something along the lines of, we heard it was bad before we came out here, but no one has ever seen anything like this. Biblical destruction. Entire geographic locations are gone. The people who survive, if they survived, are beyond what we can help in most cases. And that's not the scary part. The scary part is the thing that we've started seeing from some of the survivors. The black stuff in the air, it seems to be getting into them. This stuff starts growing on people, in people. I've looked at all of the x-rays and it grows like a plant. But when we see it come out, it's like a stone, like a soft stone. And it's infectious. It gets into anything. I've forbade people from bringing people with this infection on board until we can understand it further. And then it cuts through some more stuff. And then the last thing that it gets before it starts getting corrupted we is there's a way out. There's something that can fix this. We have to get, and then it's cut.
I'll forward that
And
to
you've
everybody
streamed
too.
this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's like a written log.
It is. It's it's written and spoken. Like he kept
Okay.
it as an audio diary, so you guys get to hear
Okay.
this man. And it sounds like when he has this sounds like this is the most important thing he'll ever see in his life. There is a
Mhm.
conviction and a desperation to his voice and then just cuts. And it just sounds like garbled computer static.
Okay. And there's no other. I'm going to ask Jove, you don't have any other backups of anything whatsoever locally?
It seems, according to Jove, that whoever damaged the medbay's archives was exceptionally diligent in destroying any trace.
Got it. Are there any transmissions from this doctor to anybody else that would say, what it is they've found? Or any excerpts on how to
Every
proceed?
every communication coming from the doctor's terminal has been scrubbed.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to see the footage from the bridge now.
It's later, but as it comes in, we see Corson work their way through and then do this he doesn't have arms in a traditional sense. They're weapons. There's this sort of rotating ballistic weapon that he used to punch holes straight like through those two poor soldiers. They were lucky because it looks like they died instantly with these
Mhm.
holes like this big punched through them. And this other one
Mhm.
seems to be like a launcher of some variety, but it does this awkward twist into a pantomime of a bow as
Mhm.
this black robed figure with a mirror mask walks onto the bridge and starts looking around.
Ugh, Iblis.
I'd like to follow all of this.
And you
Do they do
follow.
anything of substance?
Iblis walks in and starts. Iblis comes into to those set of footprints that are in the room
Mhm.
before you. The door
Mhm.
opens and reaches down and picks up this photo and kind of looks it over and then just unceremoniously drops it before walking further into the room, accessing this terminal, and you can cut to a different camera,
Mhm.
and he says, and he's talking to Jove just like you are,
Mhm.
and he puts in, when I return, do not let anyone leave.
Ugh.
Okay. So, Min will say, please belay the last order that was stated. We would like to leave. Also, please wipe the intrusion, the most recent intrusion from your history.
But Captain, I don't want you to leave again.
Would it be possible? Okay,
Um,
would it be possible to like take Jove
well,
with us?
I was going to actually say, can I download him into my little thing that I had originally for set?
It would be
Metro mode?
very, very difficult considering how damaged Jove's architecture is. This is like there's a scale from 1 to 13 when it comes to human brainwave function, and 3 is brain dead.
Mhm.
Jove's sitting at like a 4 or a 5 equivalent.
It is a
Mm,
good thing that I am a technophile with the NHP specialist background.
I mean,
And
really,
you would
yes.
you would be able to tell Jove, since those 8 months, has been in a nonstop cascade.
Shit.
Well, good thing as a technophile, I can stop cascades from my.
Just let him hand wave your entire thing. Let him contrive it
No,
all.
no,
Come
no,
on.
no. No, I'm just saying he's been cascading, and you're the only one, because you're a technophile, that is not being identified as a potential target.
But would
Uh,
would would that hacker skill not
Howler
do anything?
Technophile. Howler's a Technophile.
Ah,
ooh,
are you well, it's because like,
it's tier
when an
3.
NHP cascades, they
Tier
no
3.
longer function
Nice.
under any sort of logic,
Yeah,
even, like,
what
hacker
happens
logic.
is a max level technophile has an AI, in my case Set, or in his case Kong, that essentially is like, he's really cool. Don't hate him. And the cascading NHP is like, okay, I trust you.
Okay. Well, surely I would know your background, and I'd probably ask you to stop in here and just be like, Sin, I need an adult
Did
for a second.
what are the rest of us doing while Min has done all this?
What are you doing? Because 'Cause you're on the bridge.
I don't know. Is there anything interesting on this bridge, or has it just been the computer logs?
It's other computer logs, you're getting other things from the crew, and you are able to pull up, for example, a map of, like, their travel log and how they went, like, from, like, a point in Florida, around the Horn of Africa, to the or to the Indian Ocean, and from there they got to around where you assume as close as anyone was willing to get to the impact site. And they stay there for about 3 or 4 months. And this is about a year and a half after Shiva. And then they just start beelining directly west, going through everything they can, getting here, and then the log says they've been sitting here for 30 some years.
Okay, I don't like that. I really, really don't like that.
You're also able, depending on how diligent you are, you could look up weather reports from this area from the time when they were traveling.
That's probably a good idea, yeah.
And you would also know this from just history is for about 2 years after Shiva hit, weather systems were completely fucked the world over. So much material, not just xenorite, so much just shit was thrown up into the air from the impact that was made worse because here's a fact that we did not know until about 2 years ago in the real world, so they would not have known. If an astral body like a meteor is in a terminal orbit and you try to blow it up, it's not going to break apart. It's going to
Gravity's too
shotgun
strong.
the material. And there was actually something around here that was there's this whole system of railguns that I'll have to look up the name of because they're named after the like Aztec or not Aztec, uh, those like earthworks they made that were like in the shape of like an ant and other things like Neozats or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those huge
Neopet?
earthworks in South America. Huh? Shut up,
Neopet?
Daniel.
What, the ziggurats? No.
Mm, like one of them was an ant.
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm looking it up.
But are we getting this information from Min as it's
I would be
The Nazca.
transferring it.
The Nazca
As-
lines.
okay? Well,
So there was
so
a-
your
Basically gonna
conversation with your is it kind of like a live stream? So do we hear
I'm good with
Jove?
that
Do we hear
on my
Jove
end.
say what Jove says?
You see the readout of Jove basically saying, I'm not going to let you leave.
And then you'd hear Sin, Sin, Sin.
Can I help
Come here.
you, sister?
Hello, hi. I need you to talk to Jove. Jove is lovely. Jove is having a problem. Jove doesn't want us to leave. And we need Jove to be cool.
And to finish the thing real quick, the weather around here was near zero invisibility due to sandstorms.
There's no
They
way
were
they could have
driving
seen it
through.
coming.
They were driving with visibility upwards of like 30 feet. Like, couldn't see the end of the ship from the bridge.
That's fucking rough.
They had no idea that they were driving towards this cliff. And then they just went over. But whatever they had, they felt it was important enough to not stop and wait out the storm.
This is why you take your time, because slow is smooth and smooth is fast, and fast is dead. If you're not smooth.
But
Well,
yeah, you can all draw your conclusion from what the doctor said. They found a cure.
They must have. They must have. I think that she would. I don't know. Just, they must have.
And Indiana, you're probably going over the footage again while Sin is doing this, and you notice one more thing about Iblis's behavior before Iblis went in. and basically put Jove on a warpath.
Mm.
Corson handed that tablet, that data slate, to Iblis.
I think at this point there are angry tears from Indy because we unknowingly stumbled onto something so close just to find out it is now so far.
I mean, is it though?
It might not be. It's
Iblis? Out of character, Iblis is. We're not ready. There's
Right.
a lot we need to do before we can find Iblis.
Out of character though, Sin would 100% argue we originally didn't even know there was a cure. Now we do. Which
right.
even if we can't get it from Iblis, that means it is possible.
And think of
Right.
this also. Iblis isn't stupid enough to get rid of it.
Right.
Nope.
Iblis doesn't want people to know it's there because Iblis needs the infected of the world desperate enough to be behind him and be behind Kairos. But how much more loyal will they be if they're in a shitty situation where people are about to flake? And then Iblis says, I have the cure.
And just because I don't think we've ever talked about Iblis before, Iblis is Corson's boss.
Oh, okay.
Iblis
Yeah,
is
Iblis
the
is the
face
head
of
of
Kairos.
everything.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
He was
So
Gop's
And
boss
that's
before.
why Howler was investigating last
Oh.
downtime. So we have at least an idea of where to start looking for him.
So out of character. Communication solves a lot of problems. And how stupid would it be to communicate to the whole goddamn world that Iblis has the cure and is not sharing the cure?
Depends on if you could get people to believe you.
This
I
is
mean,
true.
it
Think of
would
how many
cause
people-
doubt, though.
The
That's the
communication
thing.
It's also
infrastructure's
true.
been fucked.
Think of how many people have claimed a cure over the past, 25 years?
About
Sure.
30.
But
30 years.
this information, it's not, we have a cure and we're going to fix it. And then it's not a cure. It's, this guy has a cure and he's not going to fix it because he wants you to be his cannon fodder. Like,
Right,
it's
right, right. I'm
so
not saying-
nefarious.
I'm not
It
saying
would
don't
make,
do it.
right. I think
I'm
it
just
would
saying
make people
I don't
question it.
don't expect much to happen by doing it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, ideally, it's more like, I don't know what would happen specifically with Iblis, but it would plant seeds of doubt, and that if you can
Yeah,
get someone
that's
to
a good
doubt
point.
something, right, then you can start filtering in, and more people will start to be curious and question, and maybe not sit on this person's side. And this guy doubles down, and he's like, "No, they're lying," and it's like, well, then prove it. Like,
Yeah, prove I
show us
don't
what
have
you have.
something.
I know that's true. That's like impossible. You can't do that.
And
You know where
also,
it
I
is,
don't know
like-
if Iblis lets people question him. I
You know
think
where
Iblis
a
hasn't
good
met
place
men.
to let
Go ahead.
people know this stuff would be a giant satellite or a giant radio array that you already know you need to go to at some point.
Mm.
The Duga.
The Duga was an early warning system that could also act as a signal booster. That's why
Mhm.
people are so certain that what people called I think it was the Russian woodpecker, was a signal interference caused by Duga so that they could play number stations for spies all across Europe.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, I would like to download this information before we do anything else with Jove. I would like to download all of the video, the transcripts from the doctor, everything.
I will need a
anything
roll
that
for that.
Okay,
I
that's
will need a hacker fix because Jove doesn't want you to do that.
16.
Okay. You do manage to get it.
Okay,
I was going to say, because if it was below a 10, I was going to say Jove deletes
sure,
it.
that's fair.
No, you
Yeah,
get it. And then you
I
bring Sin in.
yes,
Sorry.
and then I'll bring Sin in because it's like we really need this. And then, I think that Min would just be like, Joe, of course we're not leaving. Never again. We've got you. I missed you. And then out of this, Sin, I need you to fucking kill this thing. Like, just Sin, please
Need
kill
you to
this
It
thing.
is
fucking kill this thing.
it is full on having a breakdown where like just words meshing together, and the only things you can pick out every now and then are rambling about how I'll never be left alone again. You left me alone. You left me alone for 30 years. Do you know how much time I had alone to watch the corpse of everyone that I'd ever cared about slowly just like
I feel like
it's
Min is
having a
going to
fucking
just
tantrum.
right. Min is just going to try to be as supportive as possible while like typing this in while also being like, Sin, I need you to fucking kill this. Like, I need this thing to die. No, I know. That was awful. I'm so sorry. I hate that. We're here now. I love you. I missed you. Sin, fucking kill it. Like, that's just like, Sin, fucking kill it. Like,
I don't see a reason we need to kill it.
Sin, fucking kill it.
It's injured.
Sin, fucking kill it.
And Sin
Yeah,
is
yeah.
going to enlist Set, and we're going to essentially it's going to be the same thing of why don't you come with us? I'm
And
stealing
as you
another
do,
HP, motherfuckers.
Okay, so if I can't keep Ravana, why does he get to keep the fucking cascading AI that's broken?
It's going to
Right.
be a pet project.
I think you need to kill
Okay,
it. I think you need to kill it.
you say pet projects like people that are in really unhealthy relationships say pet projects.
I can fix it. I can make it
can fix
better.
it.
I can fix
No.
her. I can fix him. I
so
can
you
make
guys are
everything better.
all on the bridge. And as you are working, the doors do shut. And then out in the
Yeah.
hallway, you do hear, this is a restricted area. Automated
Uh-huh.
security systems online.
Oh,
Min will start to like lightly sweat. And I mean, if Sin continues on with his bullshit, I love
You
you.
don't know
I'm
what I'm
gonna
doing?
I don't know what you're
you-
doing, but I'm gonna point a
Give me
gun
an
at you.
accuracy.
All right. I would
Give you
like
an accuracy for
yes, an HP
having
specialist.
your NHG specialist, and give yourself another accuracy for having set specifically.
Can he have another because I'm there and present?
No,
And hacker's my thing? Okay.
no. You had your moment.
I know. I don't want
Also,
to
I'm
kill
just
my
gonna say,
brother, but I will kill my brother.
Okay. Wow. Is there a way to re-roll that?
yes, we
yes,
have one more
you have
point
one
because
more point, and then I get all 5.
I want to use
I
it.
thought there was only 3.
You're
Oh,
right, 3.
there's only 3.
What?
Yeah.
I
You
wanna
can
use
do
it.
rerolls?
There's I have the system where I have to figure out a way to get it more visual on here, where there are 3 points, and when you guys use them, they flip over to a bad guy side where I
Oh,
can use them. But
I
when I
see.
use one, it flips over to you guys, so it's a back and
Okay.
forth. When
I
you guys
see.
want to reroll, that gives me the ability to reroll, and I can force you guys to reroll with these.
Okay.
But since he's rerolling, we can't like do it back and forth forever. So it can only be
Right.
used once on a roll.
Got it.
So what to use?
Go for it.
Fucking nat ones. I swear. That's so much better.
That's is because you know what the DC for this was?
25.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. This was supposed to be the game set has 25 as impossible.
come with me and you'll be.
You don't stop them from cascading. What you do is you isolate is set basically cuts out what's left of their brain and replaces it. Set manages to turn off the security systems because Jove is no longer there and isolates Jove into basically a programming bubble to where all it can do is impotently rage.
I
And,
will get it into my thermos.
and I am going to say, even with your guy, even it would take the two of you and and King and Set to get it to stop because this thing has been so damaged, like just in its coating, and has been having a fucking mental breakdown for
For
8
30
months
years.
straight. Well, it didn't cascade until recently.
Uh-huh.
Iblis forced it to cascade.
Does
Iblis
does
went in
Min
and kept poking.
does Min know that this is what you've done? Like,
Well,
I mean, looks like you
everything
would
pull a
kind of.
data slip out of this and put it in your thermos.
I am gonna punch you so goddamn hard. Like, I'm just. Is there like a roll? Can I roll something to hit him as hard as I fucking can? Because it makes me
Let me look
mad.
at your sheet. Let me see your sheet. See if you have
I
anything
have a
about like
take someone
combat.
out, kill or disable someone quickly and
Excuse
quietly.
me.
Oh wow, that's perfect.
Yeah,
To
I'll
be
let you
like,
do that. I'll let you do take someone out.
what?
Just knock him the fuck out.
I am so goddamn mad. Not that mad, apparently. I'm pretty fucking
See,
mad.
you swing. How do you? Sin, you're a soldier, or yeah, you're a soldier. You've been trained in CQB.
Yeah.
Someone just threw a punch at you.
Actually, what's your defense? What's your evasion?
True. What is your evasion?
It's 10, so it wouldn't be enough.
Okay, just doing the.
Yeah, my soldier
What do you
instincts
do? Is
kick
the
in.
do you
But
grab do you
it's
grab her, put her in a really like, ooh, you were about to pop her shoulder out kind of thing?
probably like not like, yeah, I probably do that, and then I stop just the last second. I'm like, oh, sorry. Look, I'm not in the habit of killing what is essentially a, a traumatized child. It's something I'm gonna work with it.
Uh, Min's gonna get very, very in your face, and she's only half your size. Oh my god, I'm going to dead mouse. She's half your size. I'm sorry, I just got a fucking notification that someone's buying me tickets to dead mouse.
Nice.
She's gonna
Oh,
get
I
in
thought
your
that's what you
fucking
said.
face. No, but she's gonna get in your face, and she's gonna point a fucking finger as close to your face as she possibly can, and she's just gonna be like, "You, what would she have said? You put everybody else in danger for fucking NHP. I'm pissed about it, and that's unfucking cool of you. It's
Everyone,
unfucking cool of you. Fuck
everyone in
you.
danger. No, I
Yeah,
did what you asked me to do, and I took care of the security system, and now I'm taking it with us.
I asked you to kill it, but no, you want to keep it because you got a situation where you need to keep things now.
He looks at you with a seriousness. It's not something you haven't seen probably ever, and he's like, "I will not take orders to kill something needlessly."
It wasn't needless. It was terrifying,
There's
but
always a better option.
There's always a better option.
like
Um,
leaving.
Remind
Okay,
me what
and
war
she's gonna just.
crimes fucking Sins committed out of our bunch.
Sin? None.
Turning
I,
off someone's air supply.
No,
I,
Yeah, that's pretty evil.
I
because
think
they would still have masks. Or at least he would think they would.
Yeah, Min would be like, when you say there's always a better option, she'd be like, yeah, like just leaving. That's a great fucking option. And she's gonna walk past you and shoulder check you.
And by the way, the captain and Ravana had both like posted up on either side of the door. Deagles for one of them, Saiga for the other.
And Howler with his assault rifle.
Haller,
Yeah,
you
and
want to
you've
do the
got Indy
honors?
with her submachine gun.
All right, give me a sec.
Because
What the hell are you kids doing in here? As
Nothing.
Min walks past him.
She is pissed, fucking
uh-oh,
livid. Oh no, we
we
lost the
did
guy I
lose.
was yelling at.
So while we wait, Gunner, told you there was something in here.
Sorry, I wanted to restart.
Yeah, it's me fucking being mad as fucking hell. All right, that's what's here.
Um, when Howler says,
What
what
are
are
you
you kids
kids doing in
doing?
here?
Yeah. Min's gonna be like, oh, Sin's just fucking around with shit. It's fine. And I'm ready. I'm ready when you guys are fucking ready to leave. She's pissed. And her
And
arm
Ravana,
probably hurts because you fucked her shit up.
Ravana tosses to you, Howler, a breaching charge.
Damn.
Yeah.
Door's locked. That's a pneumo lock. You ain't getting it.
Well, with the AI out of the way, can we just access the systems and unlock it?
There's not enough power.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Time to slap a nice lock bomb on and fire in the hole.
You guys move. There's a boom. Door blasts open. And you see, at least in this hallway, a half dozen auto turrets had come out of the ceiling and were trained on the door. None of them are moving, though. They all are all powered down. Someone did turn off the security systems by pulling Jove.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Let's
Can
get out
did,
of here.
is the system wiped though? Because I'd like to wipe the system entirely. I think that would be a good idea.
With no Jove, it's all like all of whatever virus Kairos was using to cut out parts of what was left of the ship's code. That's just running rampant now.
Okay.
So
it's
it's going
just
to
gonna.
delete everything.
Okay. Cool. They did our job for us. Are the
Can we
doors
go,
open?
please?
Yeah.
Yeah, the door's blasted open.
Yeah, they blew the door open.
Min'll stomp
think-
the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
But the captain watches you leave and looks to Sin. He's like, think you can calm her down at some point?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I don't know where all that's coming from,
I'll
but
take care of it. And Indy will follow men.
And as you do try to leave Sin, the captain does stop and goes, I like the idealism, but that really was a stupid move. I hope you know that.
I disabled and isolated him first, and then moved to take him.
It's still a lot of risk you put us in.
Worst case, I would have had to take him out, but like I told her, it's not something I care to do.
Worst
Does
case, Set loses that game of chess you were playing in there.
Oh, that wasn't going to happen. I've got absolute faith in Set.
I had absolute faith in my team.
Well, thank you.
Not what I meant. As she tucks the decals back on either side and starts walking. Because she meant the other team.
Harsh.
How's how's Howler handling all this drama? Because Ravana's just kind of gives you a look like, holy shit, what just happened?
He's gonna shrug and shake his head. He'll give side eye to Sin, but not too angry because it worked out.
She just shrugs, checks the gun, keeps going. But there is this kind of look like, how are you guys still alive? Holy shit, this is dysfunction.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys come back down. Still got people holding down the fort down there. They're still watching the door for you. By which I mean all the bodies.
Mm-hmm. Does
And
Sin,
Legion.
does Sin try to say anything to Min?
No. He's going to let
You're
you
the
cool
best.
off. He's not going to approach you right off the bat like that.
And before
You're
you
the
walk
best.
out, you've heard of a blackout, like when it rains that hard?
Mm-hmm.
This is a brownout from the wind blowing that much sand. You can't see the White Valkyrie. You can't see Legion. You can't see the camper van out there. There's no visibility. Time's like a circle.
It's like a circle.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Hmm.
Was Indy ever able to catch up to men before the others came along?
Probably because you guys would have had to go through the tubes again, and she probably would have gotten a little bit lost.
Pissed. She's fucking flipping her shit. You can tell where she is because she is absolutely like this reckless mother bitch.
It's
She's
this
just
way.
fucking mad.
Right. It's this way.
Thanks.
And you're back in the hangar.
So, what now?
I kill my brother. I mean, I don't know. I guess we could do that after we get back to the Calliope. Fuck it.
Maybe. Sorry, I told them I'd help calm you down, but I'm not very good at that. Not good at most things.
Bitch, there are a few things that you are actually very good at.
I said most, not everything.
Oh my.
At this point, I like to think that the Captain Pasta goes, "Mom in the room."
Mom.
She's still so mad. She doesn't fucking care. She's just like,
That's nice, Captain. Maybe next time. I don't know. Maybe you won't let me set such a bad example for everyone else that can just blatantly put everyone in danger whenever they so feel. Not
Just
blaming you, I promise.
looks between two of you, just like what the fuck did I do? Holy shit! I'm just
Not
as bad as
blaming
as you.
you. Just coming to grips with the fact that there is a cure and it is with Iblis.
Yeah.
And furthermore, they have done nothing with it. I think her eyes are still red, but the tears are gone.
The captain does like slowly reach out and try and give you like a squeeze on the shoulder.
She'll let it happen, but she's not really interested.
She doesn't say anything. It's just one of
No.
those, hey. Just squeezes. And then lets it go. And then, very bad at this as well, kind of looks out the door and goes, shit. I'm not going out in that.
No. Looks like we're stuck here for at least for the next little while.
She looks up and is like, at least they're not keeping us company anymore.
Looking up at what, the stars?
The ceiling and all of those auto turrets that had deployed. Even more down here.
Sure. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
Indy probably looks at Min and goes, do you want to see if there's anything edible left in the kitchens? Rations?
absolutely not. I'm not hungry right now.
Oh shit, she's actually mad. She's not hungry.
You just stay where we can get in contact with you. Might be worth exploring.
Min? Indy would just look. Indy would just look at Min.
Does Sin show up at any point?
I mean, yeah, he has to like get to the hangar the same time you guys do.
Mm-hmm. When she sees him, she'd be like, yeah, I'd like to find new company. And wander away.
Indy will follow if Min lets her.
That's fine.
Okay.
She's so mad. She's so fucking mad.
And it's probably around the time the other two get here as well. The captain just like rubs at the front of her helmet and just goes, what a complete shit show. Fuck! And like kicks something. This like just some empty container. It's
How am
like,
I gonna? How is Indy gonna tell Myrrh that?
well, that's what she's like.
Because she feels like this.
That's what
I
she's
feel
mad about. She's not mad about the Sin and Min thing. She just looks out into the storm and goes, "If we'd been just that much quicker, it was right fucking here."
How are we gonna tell Myrrh and everyone on that ship that there is a cure and it's with Iblis?
Stay
And
in.
it's with Iblis.
We don't until they have a need to know. We have to plan this
I
very
am not
carefully.
lying to anybody anymore.
We-
Not Myrrh.
No
Not lying to Myrrh.
secrets.
We tell
No
them,
Chaplin's not gonna
secrets.
either.
and we keep the hopes up. The fact that there's a cure is a much more, well, happier occasion, even if it is with one of our enemies. That means there is a cure. Period.
It's not just that it's with one of our enemies, Sin. It's with someone who, the second these cards turn against them and there's a chance that they lose that cure, they're going to destroy it. Iblis is the kind of person who just wants to watch the world burn, wants to watch us be the monkeys that do it.
Then we get people working on another one.
How? We don't
We
even know
already
what
have
they
people working
found.
on another one.
And they've been trying for 30 years.
Where were they when they made the beeline straight for?
They were near
I'm
the
not.
crater.
I'm not there. I'm not there.
But if that went through your head,
Yeah.
they were near the crater. Because that's, you assume that is why they immediately went beeline west, is they were like, cure, but there's so much shit in the atmosphere we can't get a communication out.
So they found it in the eye of the storm, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Just
And then
Something?
went,
fucking great.
we can't get a communication out because world infrastructure's kind of gone to shit, and also all the shit in the atmosphere. We have to get like home so that we can go to like GGM or some big company and be like, mass produce this cure.
Yeah, and watch them charge out the nose for it. I fucking hope not. Take it to Happia.
Are they any
yeah.
better?
Happia will actually do something with it.
Happy
Yeah.
has been
Yeah,
after
we
the
have to
Happy
get it
being after this
first.
cure is one of their mission statements.
We have
Yeah.
to get it first.
Yeah.
And the worst thing would be if someone, someone infected decides it might be better if they go over to Iblis and trade the knowledge that we know about the cure for the cure.
Is there a way to send any sort of communication right now to Happia?
You could try, but it's not going to go through in this storm.
Would it like sit in pending for a while,
Yeah,
and then
it would
once it
sit in
reached a
pending.
okay? Who was the doctor that sent me on my way? Do you remember?
I think I have his name here.
Dr. Foster.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
She
Dr.
would-
Marcellus Foster.
Oh, Marcellus. I was thinking about
She
him.
would send a message to Dr. Foster and say, we may have found something, or at least we're on the trail of a cure. We'll communicate further when we know more. Please send resources.
I just realized
Mm-hmm.
at some point Indy will tell Min, let's go to the med bay. I just need to see it.
Okay.
And we go to the med bay.
Yeah, you go to the med bay. It's been trashed.
Yeah.
And the worst part is those two poor suckers, they were probably just as they were probably ecstatic to find a cure. And they're just, one of them dead instantly, one looked like he had just enough time to try and crawl away for a little bit.
anything in here. I mean, Indy's taking pictures, just all sorts of pictures.
There's all sorts of lab
Because
equipment, but it's all been so thrown about that it's hard to tell what the original setup was.
no, but if our people can tell what was used,
Mm-hmm.
if our people can tell what was used, maybe they can get an understanding of the process that goes into making this.
Right. And it doesn't
Are
seem to
the-
be a. Interestingly enough, there's nothing here that looks like it would have been used in drug synthesis.
Is there any xenorite here?
Yes, there are actually plenty of xenorites. Like, this is a place that looks like it would actually be one of the safer spots. There's some patches on the ground from the dead Cairo
Right,
soldiers,
right,
because when someone who is infected has it, it just leaves.
right.
But also there's some in, like, sample jars.
Ah,
But
okay.
in some cases, it looks like it's eaten the jars and turned them into more xenorite.
That was the question. Are there any cases where it hasn't eaten the jars?
There's one where it looks like it must have been an incredibly small sample, because all it's managed to do in the 30 years is eat most of the suspension fluid it was in.
Okay. So nothing that's dormant then.
And you would know, xenorite's never dormant.
Right, right. I'm just wondering if they had tested it on something and they had like a piece that was there that hasn't grown. So,
Mm. Let me look at your characters. Roll me a read a situation.
okay. Mm.
Do you want to give her some help?
Yeah, I can do that.
Or
Does
seeing
Um,
her
anyone-
doing that, do you have something you could use?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Take an accuracy though.
Yeah, take an accuracy. Roll a d6.
Okay. So 11.
11.
You find one thing. There is a vial of xenorite that you find after moving aside all of the ones, and you have to go through this room time after time after time to find this. It was in the doctor's drawer. You pop that
Mhm.
open, and you find it. And this xenorite, usually it clumps around itself. It forms
Mhm.
it crystallizes. It forms these spires. It forms things.
Mhm.
There's no suspension fluid in here. It's just dust, and it's just like graphite dust, and it hasn't done anything.
Oh, Min, we'll take that. We'll take that, and she'll probably hold it up to Indy, and she'll do like the whole like look at it with her eye, but
Right.
also like look at this.
This is impossible. I think she would, you know, if you let her take it from your hand
Yeah.
and go, this shouldn't exist.
Yeah. No, but it does.
In
But
fact,
it does.
as you move it around, there were it looked like over these 30 years it had just started in small places to form just around itself, not infecting other things, but what was there, the material it had, try to crystallize, and it just completely breaks apart. It had even, like, xenorite's weak,
Mhm.
but it could have withstood a little bit of shaking.
Mhm. Mhm. Mm.
In Indiana, you
Mm.
see that too. It can't hold itself together anymore.
This is. This is almost too much. We need to get this back to Mer. We need
Yeah.
to show somebody this.
Yeah.
And we have to
Yes.
sit inside this stupid fucking storm.
Hmm. Would you put
So,
it in your bag or would you let Min take it?
if Min wants to take it, she can. It's one of those things where she doesn't really want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want
You
the
know?
hope.
She'd
No, I
take it
don't.
back from you and put it in, probably slip it in like a side pocket, somewhere where it's going to be safe and not crack open or,
Right.
be pushed on. And I think she'd take your hand and just
And
be like,
she'd let you.
it's something. I mean, it's not something, but it's something.
It's something. You're right. And
Mm.
she'd kind of go, let's get out of.
She'd follow you out.
What have the rest of you been doing? Just a small thing before we wrap up.
Probably just waiting.
Yeah, just staying away from the storm and
Both storms.
waiting.
Something you notice is Ravana's gone out into it a couple times. She takes the bodies out and does her best. Because there is a bit of shelter from the storm immediately offered just by the ship itself. And tries in her best, ends up had to put them all together, but does bury the bodies.
Right.
Howler would help.
And you notice a lot of them look like they had been injured before they died, like especially like broken legs, things that would have immobilized people.
Jesus.
Things that would have immobilized people? That's not a fall.
Something this big falling down, people are going to get thrown around, break
Well, yeah, but
limbs.
it's gonna be a random case. It's not.
These are just the ones that happened to have these cases. Because you've seen plenty of people that had injuries of other kinds. And there must have been some that could have left. Because I'll say it seems like these people had been here waiting for someone to come back.
Someone to go
Like
get help in a
someone to go
place
get help and come back for them.
Hmm.
where no help is no help is coming.
But once Ravana and Howler have finished burying them, she tries to mask her reasons for it and says, now you can bring the mechs in the van inside. Better not let them stay out in the storm.
Wait a second. How old is Ravana?
She's in her 20s.
Okay. Oh, but her father. When we get back, does Indy see this?
Probably.
Ravana, and she goes,
And you also
"You're
know that
paying."
she's adopted, pretty much, is how she tells it.
Yeah. Ravana, you're paying an awful lot of service to these dead bodies.
The dead were still people once. Everyone deserves at least a burial.
But this is different, isn't it?
How so?
For you. Ravana, you didn't talk much about your father.
I didn't know my father.
I'm talking about the one that adopted you.
Yes.
What was he? You said he was skilled in care of Cena, right?
He had an understanding of it, but he didn't know how to cure it, if that's what you mean.
No. But how old was he?
He's still alive.
How old is he?
And she looks away for a moment, and thinking, says, I honestly couldn't tell you.
These people, they were waiting for someone to come home, someone to come back with help. It was him, wasn't it?
That would be as much news to me as it would be to you, Yaksha.
Hmm,
He didn't talk about his past.
and yet, you seem to treat these people as more than just any other corpses you would find. You didn't have this reverence for the others we've seen, the others massacred.
She did. She buried them.
When we
Yeah,
were
remember? We
traveling
took
on the way?
Oh, like the couple that you've seen on the way? No, but like at
No,
the
no, I'm talking
at the
about.
village? Yeah,
Raven.
she
Yes.
buried the ones at the village.
Yeah. She was the one that started pulling him down, so we were like, all right, yeah, we help.
Hmm. I still don't buy it. I think she knows more than she's letting on.
It's a pretty good hypothesis, indeed, but there's another one. They were waiting for someone to come back who we assume didn't come back. But what if they did? What if they came back with a nice mask to cover their face and a good old cyborg friend?
How
30
long?
years later, though?
Yeah, how long has it been?
About 30 years.
No. Sorry, my
Oh.
bad. How long has it been since Kairos started?
That's a hard thing to guess because
The first appearance of Iblis. The first
the
public
first appearance of
Iblis.
Iblis, the first
Mhm.
public appearance was at Washington. But the stuff
Mhm.
that you've heard from what Howlers pulled up, Iblis showed up maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
If he had just gotten the resources, I don't believe he just got the resources 8 months ago to find this place. If he
What
knew
if
where
they
it was, he wouldn't have waited.
Well, it's not easy to find your way back to a spot when something's lost in a place this big. He may have needed a lot of scouts.
I still don't buy it.
if they even knew that a cure was here? For all we know, since Corson was the one to find it and then send for Iblis, it could have just been a happy accident.
It could have been a happy accident. Sorry.
The captain pulls out a gun and shoots you.
I don't
Min
argue.
laughs. Min fucking laughs at you.
Not lethally, in the knee.
Hmm.
Though
Min
that's still
still
gonna be
laughs.
real bad because that's a desert eagle.
Yeah, it's like, I
Pretty
don't,
sure that leg's gone.
yeah, it's just gone.
Okay,
Bye.
that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know.
And I will say, she does seem like this isn't like she's covering shit. She's like legit. Like, if that's the case, I'm just as shocked as you, kind of deal.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Nobody likes to have that kind of nobody likes to have those kind of accusations leveled.
You're also saying that are you accusing her dad of being Iblis?
No.
No, because I don't. Oh, him.
Because you were like,
Howler. Yeah,
well,
I'm
what
like,
if they
no.
came back and stuff? What if your dad came back? And
No,
it's
I
like,
wasn't. Not her dad. I'm totally leaving her dad out of that. I'm just
Mhm.
saying maybe it was Iblis that was that went out. Maybe he was the only survivor of a group that went out.
It's possible. No one knows who Iblis is.
Exactly.
I don't believe her father is Iblis.
No, neither do
Indy
I.
says with an eye roll.
I don't believe her father is involved in this.
Then why throw out stupid accusations?
Didn't accuse her father of being
No,
Iblis.
no, me
Accusing
out
Iblis.
of character. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was saying that perhaps Iblis was the person that left here.
If that's the case, then Iblis has even more to answer for, doesn't he?
Well, it would explain one of the reasons why he covers his face. If he's recognizable as a member of the crew of the Melpomene, he'd have a hell of a lot to answer for.
If anyone even remembers who that crew was.
Just a theory.
And the captain's been listening, probably nods and goes, theories aside, let's not stay here. Let's get the van, let's get the mechs in here, but let's find somewhere deeper in the ship to hold up for the night.
Yep. I will go out to get the...
What did you say, Min?
So for the night. Mad. She's pissy. She's just a mean bitch right now.
Howler will go get the van.
And she'll, talk on her headset, and Nicholas will walk the White Valkyrie in. And I'm sure Set would walk Legion in.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Are
We're
we
gonna
are
end
we
it.
staying like in our vehicles? Like,
She's saying get somewhere deeper in the ship so there's no risk of us being exposed.
got it.
But even then, you're probably going to be sleeping in your suits.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
even
think
Indy wouldn't do that.
Mm-mm.
I think we're going to cut with probably Legion and Valkyrie working together to try and pull the hangar door closed again. As we pull back away from all of this, we see just the back, just an arm and a leg of a red mech. And then we see from their view screen this like intense zoom and scan that can pick out through the storm and sees all of this before it turns and starts walking away. And that's where we'll end it for now. So we're going to get sign-off started with Daniel.
Saucy Parker. What up? It's your boy, Sassy McNasty. I got laid. I'm here playing Sin, who apparently is the only person that cares about AI. Gosh.
Oh, sleep with one eye open, motherfucker. No, she kidding.
Don't worry, there's cameras in my room. They'll see you.
Good.
You never found them, but I don't think you were looking very hard.
No, I was looking somewhere. You can catch me here tomorrow in Lands of Iboria as a new character who I have the name Duramag. Yes, it's Duramag, the orc witch alchemist, um, who will hopefully meet the party from somewhere with other people joining as well. We'll see what happens tomorrow. You can also catch me on Wednesdays in Over the Horizon as Gideon Sunborn, the strength-based ranger with a heart of gold, the fires, and the hairs of fire. I don't know, Candlehead.
Ginger.
Ginger!
Crotch.
Ginger Crotch. You can
Gingers
also
have no
catch
souls.
me nowhere else because that's everything right now. But catch me outside where I can see you.
Swiftly moving along to get away from that, we go to Gunner.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cyrus Smith. Today you caught me playing Indiana, the only character I play on this channel at the moment. Yeah, I'm not wrong when I say that. I mean, aside from the 30-odd players, characters I play on Wednesday nights, but you can also find me there running over the horizon. That's me.
Computer King.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and yeah, I didn't get laid.
Maybe
Why
you
am
should.
I? Why
Maybe
am I
you
the
should
only
either.
character that didn't get laid?
Maybe you should try a different approach with Mandy,
Yeah, right now he's
or
trying to
pick
get
somebody
Manny to at
different.
least loosen up, and that's hard enough.
I'm gonna make this difficult for you. Just saying.
If you start hitting on Mandy, I'm gonna die laughing.
No, no. I mean, like her trying to loosen up. I'm just gonna keep winding her tighter.
Oh,
Like, yeah, purposefully so.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm.
also in the Land of Aboria on Saturdays. I did play Selenius, but he's dead. So now I'll be playing Dooge, the orc beastkin gunslinger fighter, and it'll be fun.
I love
It's
that for you.
it's always fun.
Dooge!
What? That's his name.
I know, but that's my fucking bit is the dude! Dooge!
Oh, please don't do that in the game, in character, because I won't stop laughing. Back to you, GM.
Dooge, get mom! It's bad! Okay, now we go on to fuckboy shenanigans themselves.
What's my
Amy.
name?
Mommy?
Scream my name. Hello, I'm Amy Gedden. Today I played Min. Min got laid. It's fine. Min always gets laid. Like, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's not a problem. It's a good problem to have. Uh, next Monday, I think next Monday, I'm on a different channel, which is Distal's Place, where we do Emberwind. And that's fun. I really like that. And then on Wednesdays, I am once again a fuckboy playing Lotus Moongarden, which she was gonna change her ways, and then she married some fuckboys. So now it's just like, I mean, while we're here, if the opportunity arises, that's everything I'm in right now.
That winds it back to me. Hi ho, friendolas. My name is Rowan, otherwise known as I got me here today running Yakshas, where someone was asking before a game that someone else had said that there was something about the Melpomene, and now they know, and now I laugh.
Fuck you.
You can also find me here on Saturdays, where I'm also in Lands of Funny Name, where I play Faro, the also gunslinger fighter, but they're a Schnoipa, who's just an emotionless robot, an emotionless android with only part of a soul. You can also find me here on Wednesdays, where I play someone who wishes that they were an emotionless android. Sinel, the Yuan T artificer, who the purse, and who just needs to invent a big fan. That's how we'll get rid of the fog, is a big fan and just blow it all away.
Is this the sequel to Draining the Swamp?
You blow away the fog.
Fanning the fog.
Fan that fog.
Uh-oh.
Fan the fog's full.
And that's it for me here, and I think that's it for us here. So let's get out of here on an RIP The Cure.
Oh no!
R.I.P.
RIP
The Cure.
The Cure.
Poor Robert Smith.
Hold on.